Everybody loves Don and Mike.
Let's get retarded in here.
Everybody, get into it. Get stoked, get retarded, get retarded, get retarded. Let's get retarded.
Hello.
Oh, hi there.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program, the best of Don and Mike.
At this point, Leah Remini is so close to being a former friend of the show, and she got married over the weekend to Angelo, and Don and Mike weren't invited. It's the best of Don and Mike.
I mentioned that a friend of ours, well, not a friend of an acquaintance, but a guy has won the lottery, a guy that we know.
Really?
Yes. And I want to say he's been playing the lottery for years. Absolutely for years.
Oh, but please get to it. Come on now. What is it?
He's finally hit the lottery. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to tell you that the King of Queens has a new king. Leah Remini, apparently now in the category officially of former friends of ours, who stars opposite Kevin James in CBS comedy The King of Queens, has made it official with her off-screen beau. That's right. The lottery winner, Angelo Pagan, who's Saturday in Las Vegas,
Pagan.
married Leah and her giant wheelbarrow full of money in a Las Vegas ceremony in front of 150 guests. Her publicist, Samantha Hill, confirmed on Tuesday.
Did they get married in L.A. or Vegas?
Just said from in Vegas.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Wait a minute.
That's really great. That means her wedding had more viewers than her show.
The Brooklyn-born babe took herself off the market last year when Pagan... I know I like saying it the other way, the double way.
Pagan, you like saying like the motorcycle gang. Right.
When Pagan popped the question during a candlelit dinner at an L.A. restaurant.
L.A., baby.
The two have been inseparable since, frequently seen escorting each other down the red carpet at Hollywood premieres and award shows. You'll be glad to know that...
Would you?
You'll be glad to know that the reception was held at a popular L.A. eatery, Vivian's.
Was it really?
No, I'm making that up.
That's good. That you were very credible the way you said that.
No, that's the restaurant.
Well, they were in Vegas. Where did they have the big ceremony?
It does not say.
It
does not say. Remini is best known. Now, I would think, best known for her many appearances on the Don and Mike show.
Don and Mike show.
Until that went bad. Mm-hmm. Best known for playing Carrie, the Spitfire legal secretarial wife of parcel delivery driver husband Doug Heffernan in The King of Queens. The actress who Kevin James hailed as having the mouth of a construction worker and the body of a model recently appeared in this year's frat guy comedy Old School with Will Ferrell. Mm-hmm. She was in it for about 4 minutes. If you want to see a lot of her, go to buy the DVD and get the deleted scenes.
Right. Is she in the deleted scenes a lot?
She's all over the deleted scenes.
Oh, very good. Interesting.
A former child star.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She was Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, but she's like 20 when she was on Saved by the Bell.
Right.
Remini has appeared on Friends, NYPD Blue, The Commish, Cheers, and Who's the Boss?
Stuff Magazine.
Well,
I'll tell you what. I think we should congratulate her.
Well, here's where the problem lies.
Does that surprise you that I said that?
No. Listen, I wish them nothing but happiness.
Of course.
But the truth is that for the last, how long has it been now?
She's dead to us?
Well, didn't we extend the olive branch the last time? And she said, hey, I'm sorry that I was such a bitch when we tried to do the show with her, and then we've tried to get in touch with her since.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe
she has probably been, like any bride, stressing over the arrangements, and I think she would probably be just dreamy to talk to now that it's all over. But when did they get married again? What was the date?
Saturday.
So they might be on their honeymoon anyway.
On their honeymoon, right.
As I recall, that we did part as friends with no real future engagements.
Yeah, there was no real animosity.
But wasn't there a and I don't want to say unspoken because it was spoken. Wasn't there an agreement that we were going to have Angelo Pagan's bachelor party in Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now we can call, and we have the moral high ground, and we can be the hurt. Thanks a lot. We thought we were friends.
But insisted because remember she said you and I had just come back from Las Vegas, right? And she said you guys. You would know how to give him a proper bachelor party. And that's what she charged you guys with doing that. And
you guys is.
And that's where we parted.
Well, she's married.
Yeah.
And the question is...
I think we need to get in touch with her.
All right, let me...
I think it's important. We could call her and ask her when she'd like the bachelor party to be.
Let me see.
The belated bachelor party.
Yeah.
And really, I think Vegas is now out of the question.
Yeah.
If Mr. Pagan would like to fly out here.
I'll try the home number first.
There's no... she's a major star. They would have to be in some exotic locale.
Maybe not. No, hold on. I got to do this thing.
They're filming already.
And what the hell is your sister's name again? Lorraine?
Nicole.
Lorraine's her mother?
Nicole is the sister. I can't hear it, Rob.
Vivian the...
You need to be oh, hello? Oh, it's still ringing. There you go. Still ringing. Hey, Charlie, would you bring me in Leah's cell number, please? I lost it. Oh, I'm getting an automated hello.
Hello. You've reached the Remini household.
You want to leave a message?
No, that's bad. We got to catch her live. Yeah. We don't want to give her a heads up because that'll let her plan her strategy.
Right.
I like to get her off balance. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So would I.
Yeah,
boy, would I love to get her off balance.
I bet she's a different woman now.
Well, I don't know.
I bet she's worse.
Maybe.
Rob.
You think she's fat, Rob?
No.
Rob, you've always thought she's fat.
No.
Every time we see her, you say you think she's gained weight.
No, I've never. Well. But you did. Maybe she put on some weight, and I think that's good. She could stand to put on a few. I like.
She might be happier.
No,
maybe.
No, I would bet you $100 she's not happier. She's still miserable.
I think this is what she wanted.
She's still miserable. He's got to be happy though. Are you kidding?
I don't know about that.
Then we'll listen to his resume. Thank you, Charles Broyhill.
You're welcome. This website
on IMDb. Hold on. If you go to imdb.com and you do the search for Leah Remini, it says trivia. Once worked as a telemarketer, described as Kevin James, having the mouth of the construction worker, blah, 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 blah. Dating singer Angelo Pagan. May 2002. Joined the nationally syndicated Don and Mike radio show.
Huh.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We're on her bio.
Joined for 2 weeks.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. She put us there. That's good.
No, her agent put us
Somebody.
Well, that's all right.
You remember the reason that...
You can tell what I'm doing here. I'm the pep talk for Leah. I think we have to...
No, see, I remember all the stuff, even though she apologized. I remember, like, when we were out in Los Angeles and she was screaming...
Couldn't have been more charming.
But she was screaming about, oh, you effing liar. Screaming about, where's my coffee?
Yeah.
Where's my bagels? I'm a star. Where's my coffee? And then we'd be doing bits, and she would just sit there with the headphones on and go, this isn't funny. You're just being mean. It's really, I don't get what you're trying to do here, because she had never really heard our show
I was kind of attracted to her sister, Cindy. What was her sister's name?
Nicole. And now you're really lying, because Nicole is just a bitch on wheels.
I just really think we need to maintain some sort of Hollywood connection. Well, of course, Dick Van Patten is back with us.
Patton.
Yeah.
We have Patton Oswalt. He's a friend.
Message CO.
Oh, hold on.
Do you think Patton was at the wedding?
Hold on.
Wireless services. The subscriber you have called is unavailable or has traveled outside the coverage area. Please try your call again later. Message CO20.
So that's like you can't even leave a message.
Right.
A massage.
So anyway, maybe they're in Tahiti. Hold on, there's two cell phone numbers. There we go.
This is going to go tremendously well when we get her on the phone.
I think so.
I love her.
I'll ruin it though.
No, don't do that.
I'll ruin it because I'll say I'm heartbroken.
Well, I'm a little bit peeved. I really think they ought to pay our way out to Los Angeles to stay at their home.
Rob, what do I got to do? Oh, there I got it. I press the buttons. There you go. Here we go. Trying her other cell phone right now.
Very good.
Hello.
Mrs. Pagan.
I don't hear anything.
Hello, Mrs. Pagan.
Push the button here. There you go. Hey, Leah? Leah, this is Don and Mike. Oh, here she is. Oh, here she is, babe. TV star Leah Remini. Are you on your honeymoon?
What?
Are you on your honeymoon?
No.
You're not honeymooning?
No.
We found out because we got the press release.
Oh, yeah? What it said?
Said that you got married.
You know damn well what it said.
And we were never even told.
Honey, we forgot to invite Don and Mike to the wedding.
Yeah.
You're with him now?
Yeah.
You're with him.
Do you remember the bachelor party, do you?
And the bachelor party that they were supposed to throw for you. Right?
Well, we can always do that.
Well, he said you guys can always do that for him because we didn't have a great one.
Well, 33-year-old actress who exchanged vows with longtime fiancé Angelo on Saturday in Las Vegas in front of 150 guests. You couldn't have made that. You couldn't have made that 100. Couldn't have made that 152, huh?
Actually, it was 88.
88 people.
According to your publicist Samantha Hill, it was 150. You couldn't have made it 90 instead of 88.
I mean, how come we didn't invite Don and Mike to our wedding?
Because you don't like us.
We actually did forget to invite a lot of people that we love. It was so quick.
Hey,
It was put together so quickly.
will there be pictures like in the tabloids?
I hope so.
Did you sign a deal with the Inquirer or anybody?
No.
Were there paparazzi there?
But we hope.
We hope.
You know, we kind of like wanted to make that, you know, we felt we would feel important if they did show up, but we didn't see any. There was a guy on the roof, but we don't know who he was, if he was from the hotel or something.
How come you're not honeymooning?
How come we're not honeymooning, honey? That was another thing we forgot to put together.
She sounds different.
So did you?
She sounds different to me. Marriage has changed.
Are you knocked up?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Are you eating now?
Yeah.
What are you enjoying for lunch?
Right now I'm having egg whites and sausage.
Do you feel calmer now? You sound calmer.
No, I think I'm in the post-wedding depression thing.
Are you eating at Vivian's?
No. We're eating at another restaurant.
Are you in L.A.?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're back from Vegas.
I'm down the street from my house. But the thing is that we put the wedding together so fast. It was like this craziness going on for 3 weeks, and then it was just over.
Was it at the Little White Chapel?
No. It was at the Four Seasons.
Oh.
The Four Seasons.
In the Mandalay Bay.
No, that's in the Bellagio, I believe. Or no, you're right, Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
Mandalay Bay.
It was really very pretty, but it was hot. But I didn't want to spring the extra money for the air conditioning unit. Everybody was miserable. All the guys in there, they were miserable.
All the guys.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have been miserable.
We would have been your jesters, as always.
We would have been flower
family
children.
members that we forgot to invite.
There were family members?
Yeah.
Now listen, I bet you didn't forget to invite your mom or Nicole.
Of course not.
Right.
Okay. No, you're right. You're right. I'm very sorry. Honey, they're mad at us.
We're crestfallen.
You know,
Well,
and not even that we weren't invited, but to find out through a
Right.
tawdry press release.
And may I tell you where this came from? It came from E! Entertainment Online.
Yeah.
My God,
we can reenact it for you.
that's a slap. That's a slap.
And also we can reenact it for you.
Huh. How was it a touching ceremony? Was there anything?
Oh, we were crying like two little bitches, Angelo and I.
Well, then here's the question, Leah. So, should we just mail you the gifts that, of course, we've already got for you, or how should we handle that?
Well, to be honest with you, I think we should tell her that before we send it back, the gift that we were giving you, someone was going to have to drive it out to Las Vegas. Okay.
Oh, you guys are such liars right now.
Yeah. Of course we are.
And the other gift, which was
cute.
the other gift, the stage show at the reception.
Yeah, we were going to do our live show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were going to clean it up because
We had a live show at the reception. It was our DJs.
Oh, you had it.
Who called me Lisa.
Oh my God! Death penalty.
But you imagine? Now listen, we just got married. We go into the lobby. I do my little touch up on my lipstick and stuff, and we're getting ready to walk in. We're being introduced for the first time, and he goes, "Everybody, okay, let's get ready to welcome Lisa and Angelo."
Now, see, if Mike and I had been there as the DJs at your wedding, that would not have happened.
No, because we're professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of graves in the desert, aren't there, Leah?
Well, then I deserve it then.
No, but it was when you fed each other. Did you feed each other cake?
Yes, but very nicely.
Yeah, see, that's it.
The wedding planner told us that her experience was that when people shove cake in each other's faces, that they usually don't last.
Yeah. And after all those years of absentation, how did it finally feel to finally have sex with Angelo?
Oh, my God, it was so wonderful.
Because I know you're
a virgin.
You'd never done anything with him before.
You kids waited so long.
Well, we did make out, and he did kind of heavy pet once in a while.
Right.
Did you wear white?
Of course I wore white. And it was Angelo's first time. He just told me, "Was it, honey? You were very good."
That's wonderful.
So,
and have you converted to Buddhism or whatever his religion is?
No worries. He converted to yours, the L. Ron Hubbard.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
that
right.
happened a long time ago.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay. Were there any of those people there?
A lot of those people.
He had a lot of those Scientologists.
A lot of Scientologists.
Winged creatures from beyond the grave.
All right, well, listen,
money on alcohol.
stranger, we just wanted to tell you congratulations and
Oh, I feel bad. I know you're sad.
We're just delighted to have read about your wedding.
However, whenever I think of you when I'm not watching you at 9:30 on Monday night and of course anticipating that move to Wednesday.
Right. Isn't that weird? What do you think of that?
Well, I think 60 Minutes 2 and Becker are not the best lead-ins that you could have asked for.
Right. Hey, what do you think of our Emmy nomination? Only kidding. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. Whenever I really get a Jones for Leah, who I guess and I forget sometimes what she looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I pop in Old School, as I mentioned, and then if I go to the part that they didn't put in the movie, you're all over that.
How was that?
Did you know that?
No, I didn't see that. Tell me.
If you get the version of Old School that has all of the deleted scenes,
yeah,
you're all over that. I mean, in the movie, you're like 10 minutes in the movie as Vince Vaughn's wife, but in the deleted part, you got like 40 minutes in there, baby.
Really?
Yes, you're all over it.
Well, you know they're doing a number 2.
Are you going to be in number 2?
Yeah. They promised me a better part.
Oh, really? Is it going to be the same role?
Yeah, it's going to be the same role.
But you're just going to have more dialogue and stuff like that?
They promised me a whole minute in the movie, so I'm excited.
All right.
Well, listen.
Very excited about it.
Leah, what can I say as I just give me a moment to collect myself and wipe the tears away? Congratulations. It's nice.
I know you're mad at me. I can tell.
Leah,
it's nice being an acquaintance of yours.
Leah, listen to me.
Oh my God, Don!
Don't let our pain take away from your happiness. It's your happy time. It's your happy time.
I just keep messing up when it comes to you guys, right?
This should be the happiest time of your life, and God forbid that you should forget two guys who have just, shamelessly thought of
made my career.
No. Listen,
no, we're realists, Leah. We know we haven't done that. There's no need to say that.
Certainly not. But have stood behind you and faithfully watched your show quite often in the nude.
Through our tears, we wish you the best, darling.
I'm really sorry, you guys, but it was a very small wedding, and it was very quick.
Only 88 people. Many years from now, promise to look back and think of us, Leah.
Yes.
How about you come to our 1-year anniversary celebration?
In Las Vegas?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right?
Anyway.
Angela and I pay for it.
Pay for us to come to Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, we'll be there.
No problem, honey. Well, listen, really...
Finish your egg whites and your sausage.
Okay.
Did you have
bad, you guys.
Did you have Screech from Saved by the Bell there?
No, he wasn't invited. I'm sorry.
Was Kevin there?
Kevin was there with his girl.
Was Jerry there?
Mm-mm.
Was Patton there?
Hey, Barb.
No.
It's still not a good time to talk to you.
What about that director that looks like Pete Townsend?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, okay. Well,
now,
that's it.
there you go.
All right. Kill us.
There you go.
Kill us now.
No.
How many of the friends were there?
I'll tell you later.
None.
None of the friends were there.
No.
Who, outside of your immediate star circle, who was the biggest name at your wedding?
My honey.
Who was the biggest
My
star?
honey was the biggest star.
Who was?
Of the night. My honey was.
Your honey Angelo?
Yeah, my husband.
Okay, we're happy for you. Thanks for giving us that nugget.
There wasn't any stars there.
How many Van Pattens were at the wedding?
None.
Wow.
No Van Pattens?
No.
Wow, honey, you just didn't. Well, I'm sure it was beautiful, but
you didn't have a Van Patten at a Hollywood wedding.
No wedding is complete without a Van Patten.
That's right.
Well, then it wasn't complete.
Not even Nels?
Nope.
No, you're just going to have to, at some point, probably within the year, renew your vows and get like Vince or Pat.
How about Siegfried or Roy?
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
So you're happy?
I'm very happy. I wanna do it all over again. I'm in that depression now that it's just done, and that's it.
And what about children?
Well, Angelo's
We're gonna start in September.
You're going to start trying in September?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. All right.
Yeah.
Sadly,
sorry,
Leah,
you guys. That's so bad.
Sadly, Leah, even though we're not friends anymore, I still watch your show and even watched it on Monday night, the one where it's the beginning where you think you're pregnant. I watch it and I sit there with my wife, who you might remember. You used to actually talk to my wife once in a while.
Wait, hang on. Angela said we're going to invite you to the birth of our child.
Like to the hospital?
That's even
the hospital, honey.
That's even farther off now than the 1-year anniversary. We're just getting pushed.
Yes, we're pushed farther away.
Which one do you want to come to?
I can't bear any more of this humiliation.
So Monday night, Frida and I are watching your show, and I said, look at that. Do you remember that? Do you remember when that beautiful girl used to actually sometimes talk to us?
Right.
Yeah.
And Frida said, yes, I remember. I talked to her. And she said, what's her name again? I said, that's Leah Remini.
It's an interesting experience to be dead to someone. It's.
Would you shut up?
It's funny. It's a funny feeling as well.
Honey, I want to. I'm waiting for you guys to call me. I mean, I don't want to.
No. We called you the last time.
I wasn't sure that. I didn't know that we agreed that I would be the one to call next time.
No. Well, let's just get this straight. Not that I've done any research, but of the 28 times that you've appeared on our show, not counting the ill-fated time that you were actually involved, of the 28 phone conversations that you've had on the show over the last 4 years, we called you 28 times.
Do you want me to call you?
You know what? You could call us, and I'm saying this because you know what? Through the pain of this moment, and this is really probably, in my broadcast career, one of the most painful things I've ever gone through on the air.
The most.
Right.
We're going to take the high ground, and I'm just going to say, yes, call anytime you feel like it.
But don't feel any pressure
no pressure. And
don't feel pressure of the 28 previous times that we've had you on the telephone. We've called you every time. And incidentally, I'm not adding in
Not
there.
to mention, throw in the plugs for Vivian's. When in Los Angeles.
That's not particularly true.
I know,
when in Los Angeles, eat at Vivian's.
It is, and you'll be even more ashamed to know that counting today, the times we have tried to call you on the show and not gotten through to you, 36 times. God, we are pathetic.
We are.
Let me add those numbers up.
But we keep coming back.
I must have called you at least 7.
You did not.
We keep coming back for more.
64.
Well, it's not true.
You're not eating at Vivian's right now, are you?
No, I'm not.
All right. Okay.
We've attempted to call Leah 64 times. 28 times we have successfully. Now 29 times. 65. 36 times we were not able to get through.
Okay.
Not called us once.
But we're like the little engine that could.
Well, listen, I'm very sorry that I've disappointed you once again.
Congratulations on your wedding, and
we wish you much happiness.
It's not good.
Are you going to talk crap when I hang up?
No. Leah, this is not goodbye. It's just so long.
When do you want me to call you back?
So long.
When do you want me to call you back?
Maybe when you're pregnant.
That's horrible.
Whenever, or maybe, whenever you decide that, you're feeling moody, whatever. Whenever you decide that...
You know what? That's a great idea.
Whenever you decide that you need the two big fat whores to help, promote your show, give us a call, and we'll be here as always.
Or you can call us when you're really in a bad mood and you feel like venting, and we're good for that.
Well, that will be in a week because that's when I get my period.
Okay. Well,
when in Los Angeles, they dine at Vivian's. Don and Mike.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? We had that recorded.
This is one of our bumpers. Listen to this, Leah.
When in Los Angeles, they dine at Vivian's. Don and Mike.
Now look
There
at
it is. See?
Even to this day, we continue.
You hang on.
And here we
I'm so
are.
unappreciative. I'm so sorry.
And here we are.
Why don't we leave it that way? I think that's the best way we can do it. Call us when you have your period.
Okay, will do.
All right, congratulations.
Best to you and Angelo. Enjoy the rest of your lunch.
One more time. Let's hear that bumper one more time.
When in Los Angeles, they dine at Vivian's. Don and Mike.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
So long.
Really. I love you guys. I do.
We'll talk to you soon.
So long.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So long.
There she goes.
She hung up first. We didn't have to play the game with her.
No.
She just hung up first. You know what she's doing now? She's continuing to stuff the food in her mouth.
So, hey, here's the deal.
Those jerks.
Will she call when she has her period? We will see.
No way. We're off that radar, baby. I'll tell you when she calls, after she gets a couple of weeks of the excitement of the lead-in of 60 Minutes 2 and Becker.
Right. Yep. She's eating the same stuff she ate when we were out there, though.
Same thing she always eats.
That egg white.
And whatever specials he's making at Vivian's. What was the special, Rob, that he made at Vivian's? It was...
egg white omelet with spinach.
And he had a name for it, didn't it? He had a name for it. It was, no, it's...
I think it's called the Gigolo. I'm not sure. No, that was so cruel.
Powerball winner.
Really.
Powerball winner. Lottery winner.
Lottery winner.
Instant millionaire.
Well, that was good fun.
Oh, there you go. So
I enjoyed that.
TV's Leah Remini got married.
When in Los Angeles.
Yeah. I mean, come on. We got invited to the Charles Broyhill, Lisa Herndon marriage, for goodness sake.
Yes, we did.
You know, I mean, God damn. You think we've invited...
Very prompt, incidentally, with the thank you notes. I got a very nice thank you note from my wedding gift for Charlie and Lisa. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah, they know how to handle things.
They do.
They do.
It's called etiquette.
Unlike the Reminis. Hi, hello, I am Angelo Remini.
Can you imagine that?
Welcome to Vivian's.
Can you imagine that disc jockey if he really did do that?
Oh, no, I bet he did.
Oh, to the Diva of Divas?
Here they are, Angelo and Lisa.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. My daughter. You called my daughter Lisa, you son of a bitch.
And don't forget Nicole.
We might not pay you, you bastard.
But that was preceded with the guy with no neck saying, the mother of the bride would like to speak to you.
Exactly.
You're a very hateful person.
You have hate in your soul.
That's what she said to me one time. Leah's mother said that to me. Don, you have hate in your soul.
All right, here she comes. Oh, my God. He called her Lisa.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Hey.
I'm at the Leah Remini's wedding.
Oh, someone called her Lisa. Oh, my God.
Okay. We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Those local radio bad boys, Don and Mike, are back on the air, but it's not the same. It's not the same time. It's not the same station.
Many different things have happened to them. They are the ego hogs of Washington. Don and Mike off the air for 2 months. Now they've jumped stations and switched times. Is our town ready for Don and Mike in the afternoon?
Today, we return to the airwaves after 2 months of living hell.
2 months ago, Don and Mike called in sick to their morning show on Wava and haven't been heard from since until 2 this afternoon when they burst forth on a new station, WJFK, in a new time slot, 2 to 6 in the afternoon. In their 5.5 years together, they've made a lot of people really mad. Feminists hate them. They've had a couple of lawsuits thrown at them, but they've also won loads of diehard fans who love their right-up-to-the-edge sense of humor.
Such a nice man.
Is there bad blood between you guys and Wava?
Us and Wava?
Oh, no! So how was today's first show? Well, they were nervous for the first 5 minutes or so, and then it seemed to be business as usual. Will anybody listen to Don and Mike in the afternoon? It took me a while to find somebody tuned in. Anybody? Are you listening to Don and Mike?
No, Rush Limbaugh.
You listening to Rush Limbaugh, not Don and Mike?
Yeah, WNL.
But hey, this is just the first day. You listened to them before?
Yeah, when they're on 105?
Yeah.
Listen to them.
Detect any difference?
There you go, right there. They're acting crazy now, ain't they?
We're just kidding.
Yeah, acting crazy now. Don and Mike, they're on 2 to 6 on WJFK 106.7. Tonight, I will take the high road and report on the retirement of a man who has influenced every news broadcast for the better in our town. So watch that at 11.
It should be
And
interesting.
I think they're going to have a good run in the afternoon, actually.
Well, they're not going to be able to call people up and wake them up anymore, which is becoming a nasty habit of theirs.
Do I detect? They woke you up one
Yes,
time.
they did, yes.
You like having those headphones on, didn't you?
Just for a little while, yeah.
You like radio, don't you?
I like radio.
Is there anybody who doesn't like radio?
It's like, it was fun. I'm glad for them. We'll see.
Well, so much for radio. This is TV, folks, and the NBC Nightly News on television coming up next.
And we'll see you at 11. Have a good evening.
The Dawn and Mike Show.
If you haven't heard it, it's new to you. If you have, shut up and listen anyway. The best of Don and Mike.
Shock Radio with Michael and Donald from Jew to Jew. It's the best of Don and Mike.
I'm going to try very hard to keep my composure as we get ready for our favorite segment, Jew to Jew.
Remember, laughing wrecks the bit.
I'll try to remember.
I hope you do.
I'm Dr. Donald Goldstein.
And I'm Michael Goodman, attorney at law, and you're getting ready to listen to Jew to Jew.
Now, today we're going to be calling Joy Gridnick. She has some thoughts on shock radio. Buzz, when I put the line down,
Yes.
we'll need your cue.
All right.
And say it's Jew to Jew with Donald and Michael.
Very good.
Is everyone ready? Places, everyone?
Ready.
Michael?
I'm ready, Dr. Goldstein, whenever you are.
And Buzz, here we go.
Live from the Westwood One Radio Network, it's Jew to Jew, starring Dr. Donald Goldstein and Michael Goodman, attorney at law. Now, here's Dr. Goldstein and lawyer Goodman.
Thank you. Shalom, Buzz.
This is Michael Hoffman, and you're listening to Jew to Jew.
And happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm Dr. Donald Goldstein.
And I am Michael Goodman, attorney at law, and you're listening to Jew to Jew, and we're happy to have you back for this segment.
Now, as you know, we have a show that we do weekly here called Jew to Jew. And we're going to break away. We're going to be, for a moment, what's referred to in the industry that we associate ourselves with very loosely, one day a week, as shock jocks.
You don't get a chance normally to hear shock jocks on this program because we don't do that. Of course, we discuss issues of the day. And what we're going to talk about now is something we normally don't talk about, which is shock jocks and a woman who has written a book about it.
Now, her name is Joy Gridnick. I don't know if she's a chosen one. We will find out.
We will.
She was a disc jockey with her husband, I believe. Oh, can you imagine that?
That must be very difficult, I would imagine. I've certainly handled enough cases where that has been the subject.
You handled 3 for me alone.
I did, and I'm happy to say that you came out fine and whole on the other side, Dr. Goldstein.
As did you with your fees.
Thank you so much. Of course I did.
Mr. Goodman, my attorney friend.
I understand.
Joining us now, and it's 20 past the hour, is Joy Gridnick. Hello, Joy.
Hello. This is such a funny concept. You're actually a doctor and a lawyer?
Yes, the show is called Jew to Jew, and we normally talk about all things Jewish, but as we are on the radio...
It's so funny. I mean, I can just see the doctor billing the lawyer and you suing him for the... I mean, it's just,
Well,
I'm not even Jewish.
No, we understand that you've written a book about radio
shock radio.
We don't do that kind of radio on Jew to Jew.
I heard when I was sitting there thinking, gee, Donald and Michael. It's not Shotgun Donald and Smoking Michael. It's just Doctor and.
And listen, Joy, I'm sure you know this, but I believe there's more prestige, even if you are a Gentile, not a Jew. Much more prestige with being a doctor than being an attorney.
And I will beg to differ. And we will argue about that for as long as people can argue. But we always know that you felt that way. You call yourself a healer, and I sometimes repair the healing work that's done by doctors.
Right, as long as you're not doing this at an hourly rate, you know.
There you are. That's very funny. That's good. I enjoy that. Joy, you've written a book about shock jocks.
Yeah.
And have you examined just how many of the shock jocks have made big mistakes in their careers?
Well, you know, it's the kind of mistakes that come in radio. Now, if you guys, I guess you didn't start out as DJs. You're just...
Oh, no. I have a very successful practice. I started as a pediatrician and then worked my way. I'm one of the most renowned cosmetic surgeons on the East Coast. And
you work at little side ideal later on. A few copies of the book for some cosmetic surgery.
And I have been an experienced litigator for most of my career, and this I dabble in radio. I enjoy the program.
As do I, and we are lifelong friends.
So we're not familiar with shock jocks.
And you're still friends. How amazing. Well, yes, the story of there's all stories, and they're all true radio stories. We're not pretending. They're actual, real, no fooling, not made up, honest, factual, oh my gosh, events and occurrences that happen to your favorite radio personalities all across the country.
Joy, you were on the radio. You've done a radio show, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure. You sound like you're very skilled at radio.
Oh, well, what a nice compliment coming from you. Is this the doctor?
This is Michael Goodman, attorney at law.
That was the attorney. This is the doctor.
Thank you very much. But you know, when you're first starting out in radio, a lot of things happen, and may have even happened to you, and may spark some stories that you might want to tell after our interview of radio things that have happened.
I could share a number of them if you'd care to hear one of mine.
I believe you've already started a story here, and I am no attorney. I am simply a doctor, which is higher on the pecking order.
There would be.
I believe there is some sort of sexual harassment going on right now between you and the lovely Ms. Gridnick on our telephone.
Nothing could be further from the truth.
I think you're backing me into a corner here.
I was just, Joy, bear with me. This is Dr. Goldstein. I was just pretending for a moment to be a shock jock.
I understand, and I was going
to make me squirm and make all the listeners wonder.
Joy.
Should we look?
Joy.
I was going to regale you with the tale of a certain physician who felt it more important to do a consult with a patient than make his weekly radio show, and left his attorney friend, or so-called friend, hanging in the lurch while he was late by, I should tell you, 19 minutes.
18 minutes.
For his program, and we will always disagree. It was almost 20 before you got your equipment on.
And what did you do to fill all that time?
I talked about some of my most interesting cases. One of my most interesting litigations.
History.
Yes.
And now I'm afraid, Joy, we're going to have to hear the other side of the coin.
Oh, here we go.
Which is the time a few years ago when I showed up on a Wednesday and I said, "Where's my good friend Michael, the attorney?" And, oh, yes, that's right. He's having to defend himself in legal court as there were those charges against you. He was nearly disbarred.
Oh, dear, you're fabricating this. This is such a fabrication.
You had to go
That's a prerequisite for a job in radio.
You had to go into the judge's chambers.
Are you talking about Cohen versus Cohen?
Of course I am.
That's all well and good, but you don't know anything about what you're talking about.
All I know is that I call the courthouse.
I don't hold your scalpel when you try to make women look 30 years younger, do I?
And I don't hold your briefcase when you try to take away a man's lifetime.
Yourself. I think I better stay out of this.
Joy, may we ask you something?
Yes. Let's get back to the topic.
Really, the shock jock.
We apologize.
Revolution.
Yes, shock jock.
And incidentally, the Cohen case, I believe, settled out of court.
Out of court, as most of the good ones do.
These shock jocks, and we try not to hear them, but we hear their exploits constantly. The disc jockeys doing the stunts and saying the language and doing the sex. When is this going to end, Joy? When are we going to get some wholesome?
Excellent question.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm not sure. I think that as long as we have airwaves, we're going to have trouble.
Now, I'm reading here. You've written this book called True Radio Stories.
Yes.
And I do not want to insult our audience. So let me first say to you, audience, that please do not take what I'm saying literally. Joy, incidentally, do you think Imus needs to be stopped?
Do I think he needs to be stopped?
Yes, he's one of those shock jock.
I don't know how he really earned that term, shock jock, but I think he's glad to have it because he certainly needs something. And he's
touché, and bravo.
Arena. But,
I say bravo to you.
Shock jock.
Yes.
Because, it's a situation where you make somebody squirm and make them uncomfortable, and then the audience, it's like an accident. They don't know whether to listen or...
I'm reading here something.
Now, listen to this. Joy Goodnick says in her book, and ladies and gentlemen, again, please don't be offended. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to someone else.
Who?
Well, I'm talking to the audience. Must you always be the litigator?
You confuse me with the way you express it.
Joy Gridnick has written in her book about a country radio station that offered, ladies and gentlemen...
I was going to read that. Oops. I had that in my hand. Why did you steal that from me?
Why don't you sue me?
Why did you steal from me?
Why don't you sue me?
All doctors steal.
All lawyers sue.
All right.
This is a story about a personal appearance.
A country radio station that offered as a prize at an event. Now this...
I will be representing Don Imus in Imus versus the Grim Reaper.
It was for the Cattle Breeders Association, and the Poor Morning team, it was a man and a woman, they showed up, just to MC the event, what the first prize was going to be.
Nerps. As a prize?
Must you say the word over and over again? I believe we heard it the first time.
All right. I'm sorry.
Well, you didn't tell the funeral story. Can you say no?
Yes, I suppose, but I find it distasteful.
I don't know. This is not allowable. I just want to say on our show, this is not allowable.
I'm sure this has happened to you before, where the microphone is on and you don't know the microphone is on, and there's one DJ passing off the show to the next, and the new DJ comes in. The old DJ's still sitting there, and he says, "Don't come in here. I've been here all afternoon. It smells like a litter box in here." So, that just goes out over the airwaves.
Joy, I want to say something, and please, darling, don't take this. That was indiscreet and uncalled for.
Not funny. We don't do that.
We have some decorum here.
And that's not even a shock jock story.
Really? Well, in that arena of that type of activity, it's just something we find immensely
it's sophomore.
Distasteful. Right. I mean, if
even a shock jock wouldn't want that personal information given out over the airwaves.
This is true, and I would think it was actionable if someone was to do that.
Now, I must ask you this. Because we're running out of time for this segment. I want to mention
she's a lovely woman.
The book is called True Radio Stories, and you can go to All Star with 2 R's, like Ringo Starr.
Her energy is contagious.
AllStarRadio.com.
Very good.
Did you know that it's only available at AllStarRadio.com? It's only on the internet.
Can you tell me, do you think there are more Jewish shock jocks in America?
Or Gentile shock jocks?
Or Gentiles?
A very legitimate question.
Questions keep getting more and more difficult. I'm glad the interview's screeching to a halt.
A very legitimate question.
The show is Jew to Jew, darling. Do we discuss all things Jewish to all Jewish people?
I think that it would probably cost a lot more if that were the case.
It would cost a lot more. Was that a slur?
Now's the time to cut me off.
Are you being a shock jock with us?
I think Joy Gridnick. Joy Gridnick, I believe there's a little shock jock in you.
I think so.
No nose Gridnick to you.
Oh, that's right. You're contagious, infectious, and wonderful. And you really are.
And you two are delightful. I just like to see, just the two of you, Donald, Michael.
Yes.
Later that night, it's Donald, Michael, Joy.
That's right. That's wonderful. The 3 of us maybe should get together and do a program sometime.
Listen, the book is...
And another book.
The book is
called... Give me more of your stories.
True Radio Stories. We want to thank Joy.
You've been immensely joyful to have on
Joy, I have a joke for you. Tell me if you could put this in your book. And ladies and gentlemen, Jews or Gentiles, please don't be offended. This segment was brought to you by the world's first kosher beer, Hebrew. That's right. Is that a shock jock joke?
That's very funny. I love it.
You're only getting away with this because you're the real deal.
That's right. We are the real deal. Don't ever forget that.
You're wonderful. Hold on, please. Our producer needs to speak to you.
Thank you so much, Joy Gridnick.
You're wonderful.
Hold on.
You.
Goodbye.
Hold on. Darling, hold on, please.
You've been listening to Jew to Jew with Dr. Donald Goldstein and Michael Goodman, Esquire. Brought to you by the law firm of Ephraim & Associates. Tune in again next time for Jew to Jew on the Westwood One Radio Network.
And remember, as Michael Hoffman says...
This is Michael Hoffman, and you're listening to Jew to Jew.
We've got to pay the bills.
No, Lord knows that's true.
Don't turn that into a joke. And we'll be right back, everybody, on the Westwood One Radio Network. Okay, now the best part.
See how it went.
Joy. Hello, Joy?
She hang up?
I believe she did. Joy, are you there?
Oh, dear.
Call her back.
Yeah.
Call her back.
And, of course, your name is?
Oh, Rob Spiewak. I had to book it under my real name.
Oh, you did?
Called me back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You're not Rob Stein?
No, not today.
Okay. That's unfortunate. That was,
wanted so
you know
much-
what? That was one of the most fun ones we've ever done.
I wanted so much to bring up our real names.
Right, right. Yeah.
Guys like Don and Mike.
Are they in your book?
But I was afraid she put two and two together.
And then she tells the story and we get offended. I mean, how good is that?
I love the bickering now. I love that.
Yeah, well, that's natural. That's
great.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, the great Jew to Jew.
Oh, fantastic. I just so enjoy doing that. I really do.
You see, let me explain the humor to
Hey,
you.
Joy, it's Rob with the Donald and Michael show. No. We were going to get back to you anyway. We think it went great. How do you feel it went?
She's a talker.
Yeah, they're nutty.
Yeah.
They are, and fun to work with, I tell you.
Fun to work with.
You're damn right.
We'd
Of
like
course.
to keep your number in our Rolodex. We'd like
Oh,
to check
please
back.
do.
It'd be fun. Now, do you ever do interviews with
File it under
your
Chatterbox.
husband? We'd love to have both of you on. I think that would be a coup.
A coup.
You see what's funny? She's written a book about shock jocks. She used to be in radio.
Thanks again for your time.
And she doesn't understand that she was just on a shock jock show. And now here is Rob Stein to tell us what Joy Gridnick had to say.
You got 3 hooks in her mouth. She hadn't a clue she wants to come back.
Very
She said,
good.
You're kooks and you're fun.
Good.
And to call anytime. And
Well,
if her
she
husband
was-
wasn't suffering from an ear infection, he would have loved to have come on.
She
too.
was delicious.
And I bet she gave him the ear infection.
I suppose.
Non-stop talking.
Yeah, she's just quite the chatty Cathy.
She is. And Buzz, thank you for the plug at the end. Brought to you by Ephraim Associates, which almost made us lose it.
Okay, we'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Okay, can you see Father gone hurling light? What's the plan we held as the twilight makes green and who the skies and bright stars, who will perilous fight on the lamp of reward. Thank you, Miss. We're so down and easy, and the laughing with good of the singing, they do the light that our flag was still there. All papers that some
The Don and Mike Show.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program, the best of Don and Mike.
Don's radio friends, Harv Moore, Big Don O'Brien, and an Ernie Scar tease. It's the best of Don and Mike.
On the telephone with us now is a guy named Michael Anthony. Not Michael Q. Anthony.
There used to be a disc jockey we made fun of named Michael, the Michael Q. Anthony.
Oh, and speaking of disc jockeys, I just have to take 1 second here to say, and this is nothing bad. This morning, right before I was leaving for our high-powered letdown session,
right?
I got a call from Big Don O'Brien. What are you doing?
Getting ready.
For what?
I know what you're going to say.
Oh, stop it. I already told you. I know, so you're going to do your bit.
You forgot, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I forgot I told you.
Are you regretting now bringing it up at all?
No, because I want Harv to hear this.
All right.
So anyway,
there you are.
You know, this guy, Harv Moore, who worked at WPGC back when I was a kid.
How are you, Donnie?
Was the guy who gave a lot of people in this business their first break, including my friend Big Don O'Brien.
Saturday morning, WPGC, Harv Moore with you right now. Let me say, I want to say a special hello to my friend Donnie. He's pedaling his twin bicycle over here right now. Donnie, come up here, and we'll do the show together. Would you like to go to the water park?
Listen, there was nothing like that. But back in the day, when I was a kid, he was the morning mayor of WPGC.
Saddle in here next to the morning mayor. I'm going to show you how these buttons work, Donnie. Press this one and see what happens.
Anyway, you bastard. He was very nice to me, and I was just a kid, and I was interested in radio, and I used to
With something flimsy gals, the morning mayor, Harv Moore, with my friend Little Don Geronimo, who's standing next to me. I'm mentoring Don right now.
Anyway, he used to actually let me come to the studio on Saturdays, and I would, put the dots on the records and stuff. And,
really not a Saturday for Harv Moore until little Donnie's bicycle arrives at the parking lot.
And he was nice to a lot of people. You might as well include Don O'Brien in that as well.
Little Donnie O'Brien, yeah. Little Donnie O'Brien coming up here. Yes, I've got a parakeet for you named Buddy.
So Big Don O'Brien from WQSR calls me up at home this morning. He says, hey, you're not going to believe this. I'm doing my show last night. This poor sap has to do a show from the Timonium State Fair or something like that.
Little Donnie O'Brien, Little Donnie Geronimo. Look how I'm holding these 45s. Come on, take one as my gift. Slide it off.
So I'm going to get through this now.
Okay.
I'm going to get through this now. And I want you to know that what you're doing right now is 10 times worse than what I could have said about you and that lady.
I know. I'm sorry. Oh, then I'll stop. If you feel that way, I will.
Well, only because I think Harv might be listening, and I'll tell you why.
How are you, Harv?
Rob, stop writing jokes.
Lay down on the high five. Rob, that's Rob. Rob, the 45s was Rob's too.
So I'm done. Anyway, Big Don calls me and says, I'm doing my show at this. And I won't use the word. He said, this gosh darn fair, where you're not going to believe that I'm out mingling with the maggotry, and I'm having to do my show by a sheep, and somehow they're taking phone calls, and he's recording the phone calls, and the guy says, hey, I used to be your boss. I bet you don't remember me. And Big Don said, who is it? He said, it's Harv Moore, the boy next door, the morning mayor. And as it turns out, he was coming back from Ocean City.
Right.
To Buffalo, where Harv Moore lives and works on the Buffalo airwaves. And Big Don called me to say that Harv Moore said to pass along his best to me also. And
boy, do I miss that young man.
And now you're going to feel bad that Harv Moore listens to us every day in Buffalo and is a big fan of the show.
I love you, Harv. It's just all out of the goodness of my heart, And this bit germinated, actually, when little Donnie was going to be driving over there, and he mentioned the fact that he'd stop in and visit you when he was a boy. He would pedal his bicycle over to the studio, and, of course, I ran with that theme, and I've turned something that was very special into something sordid and dirty. And I sincerely apologize to the morning mayor, the boy next door, wear something flimsy, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Harv Moore, one of the good guys.
There's the bell. He's here.
So anyway,
Donnie's here.
If you're listening, Harv,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. We will return to our regularly scheduled program momentarily. Please stay tuned. We expect to resume normal broadcasting shortly. Be sure to stay tuned for Jeopardy!
Is coming back from Ocean City, to Buffalo, where Harv Moore lives and works on the Buffalo airwaves. And Big Don called me to say that Harv Moore said to pass along his best to me also. And
boy, do I miss that young man.
And now you're going to feel bad that Harv Moore listens to us every day in Buffalo and is a big fan of the show.
I love you, Harv. It's just all out of the goodness of my heart, And this bit germinated, actually, when little Donnie was going to be driving over there, and he mentioned the fact that he'd stop in and visit you when he was a boy. he would pedal his bicycle over to the studio, and of course I ran with that theme, and I've turned something that was very special into something sordid and dirty. And I sincerely apologize to the morning mayor, the boy next door, wear something flimsy, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Ardmore, one of the good guys.
There's the bell. He's here.
So anyway,
Donnie's here.
If you're listening, Harv, you know. Let me just say because anything else I say, Mike will somehow twist. You know.
I know what. I know what boys like. Boys like me.
Stop it.
I know, and he was one of your influences.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you can't imagine that. When was this? 1971, 1972. The guy was absolutely on. He had like a 50 share in the morning, and would take phone calls from kids like Don O'Brien and me, and would and then you're going to twist this. He would, unheard of for a big time major market guy to say, okay, come on down.
Come on down here, boys. The studio's a little hot today. Might want to slip out of that shirt. There we are. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Stop saying God. I'm just having fun.
Because I used to do stuff like I used to bug him on the request line when I was like 72. I guess it was, or maybe 1970. I was 12. I would call up and say stuff like, he'd go pick up the phone, WPGC. I go, hey, Harv Moore. This is Harv Moore, the morning mayor. I'd say, this is Mike Source from Norbeck Road in Rockville. How you doing there, my young man? I'd say, I was listening last night at about 6 o'clock. And I heard Jim Collins play the record, I'm Doing Fine Now by New York City, but instead he said it was Quick, Fast, and In a Hurry by New York City, and he got the name of the record wrong. Hey, thank you very much. You're an studious listener, young man. I'll have a record album for you.
Perhaps you can come by. Little Dottie, come down, pedal your bicycle down here. We'll do the show together, and then maybe catch an afternoon matinee. Put your bicycle in the back of the trunk of my car.
And he was also instrumental in making a transition from AM to FM. With F, he was one of the first guys to do FM Top 40.
Right.
So anyway, Harv, if you're listening up in Buffalo, I still remember all the great things she did for me, and please don't listen to what Mike's saying. Please don't listen.
I'm not saying anything. This is a tribute to Harv Moore. How are you? The boy next door, the morning mayor.
Quite a tribute.
Thanks a lot, Dottie. Thanks for coming by, dropping by. I really appreciate that. Yes, the morning mayor. Let's check out the toast and coffee time. That's another guy. Sorry. Wrong DJ.
Anyway, hi, Harv.
Hi, Harv.
You're listening up in Buffalo.
How are you, WBUF?
And always nice to hear from Big Don O'Brien at WQSR. And, as bad as our meeting was today, can you imagine the horror of having to do your show next to a livestock?
Big Don O'Brien and Don Geronimo still getting over the nightmares. Yesterday, they're getting back to normal with their lives. I'm happy to report both of them are living very normal and productive lives. There's nothing to worry about. Absolutely. Everything's doing just fine.
Rob?
Let's check out your WPGC weather wardrobe. Wear something flimsy.
Stop it.
I'll stop. I'm done.
Not you, him. You over there.
WPGC.
Buddy Sorrell.
How are you?
You stop it.
Harv Moore, the morning mayor.
Might I remind you, Rob, you wouldn't have your job if it weren't for those same circumstances.
That's very true.
So someday, someone's going to be saying to you, oh, and then you went up to the Don and Mike studio riding your bicycle, Rob.
Then he woke up in the morning, he had a cranberry juice, and his nose was bleeding.
Sad thing is you actually did make me dress up in women's underwear. He never actually did that for you.
No, we did.
That'll be on the Rob Spiewak story.
Anyway, hi,
this is Harv Moore, the boy next door, the morning mayor, and I never listen to the Don and Mike show.
Yeah. Hi, Harv. Great guy.
How are you?
Great guy. Shut up. Stop it.
Good day.
Okay, the guy. Try to take. We had such an awful day.
I know.
Tried to take one small bit of good news that I had today.
I'm very sorry.
One of my mentors, Harv Moore.
Sincerely sorry.
Show in Buffalo.
I'll try to keep a straight face whenever. There's something about that. I don't know why. It's the same thing with Captain 20 when you went on that show.
Well, now
this is the man that did gerbil races.
Yes, and I'll explain.
Tie a string to them and see where they run.
No, I will explain the concept. There were 3 Pinewood Derby style tracks,
right?
Munsters, Batman, and I think the Addams Family.
I hope you're aware I hang on every word when you speak. You know that. I file them away. I memorize them.
And what you had to do was, if you were lucky enough to be on the Captain 20 show, he would wear a spaceman suit.
It's time for the gerbil races.
And you would get to come on TV, and he'd say, okay, with us today is little Mike Source from Rockville, as I was on the show one time, and said, which one of the, and they called them hamsters.
Hello, 911. I've got a young man down here at Al's Magic Shop that's in a great bit of distress. We're going to need you to get an ambulance over his stat.
And if you picked the right hamster that won the race, you would win a bike with a banana seat. And yeah, the other place that I worked when I was a kid was Al's Magic Shop on Connecticut and Pennsylvania Avenues down to
You better get that ambulance down here right away. There seems to be a hamster there. We're having trouble.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
And I'm really going to do this. I'm going to call your mom.
Yeah.
And I'm going to find out because the details to me are very sketchy.
My childhood?
About when you worked in the tobacco fields.
Okay.
And I'm going to call your dear sainted mother, Mary O'Mara, as I do regularly anyway.
Right.
I'm going to call her up.
Find out and get some dirt on my childhood.
Yes, I will.
Don't forget when Mike was playing Pee Wee football, they took him to the prison to entertain the people in the prison.
Yeah, we played a midget football game at a
Captain Hook
at a medium
security
Captain Hook at a medium security prison.
Yeah, but see,
and I'll never forget one of the guys said, "I got hair on yum." That's what he said. I'll never forget it. I will never forget. He was talking to another guy, and he was like making a statement like how macho he was.
But these people are not important to you though. These were not your mentors, not people.
I didn't have mentors.
These were just convicts.
Yeah.
These were just.
Well, I mean, I don't know how this was arranged, but we were playing a midget football game to entertain the prisoners.
Always entertaining.
I mean, we went up there that was the purpose of it, was for these guys to watch a football game with kids. I don't know. I don't understand.
All right.
But the tobacco fields, I told you that I was hung from a tree by a wedgie. Did you know that?
Yes, I do, and I'm just
the last day when I quit.
I am filing this all away right now.
2 weeks into it, I quit, and they didn't like that, so they gave me a wedgie and hoisted me up on a tree.
Wow. Hey, Charlie just went on the web, and if you go to WQSR.com, you can see poor Big Don O'Brien broadcasting live, I guess yesterday, where he's in front of this tent that has like a hula skirt around it. Look at that.
WQSR Tiki Karaoke Hut.
He is so funny. He is so Don O'Brien, isn't he?
That poor guy. He was saying to me today, "You're not going to believe where I am." And I was saying to him, "You're not going to believe where I'm going." Yeah. And he said, "No, I can top it. This is worse than going to any corporate meeting." I had to do my show from a fair last night where I had a sheep right next to me.
It says, Big Don broadcasts live and performs karaoke renditions of Frank Sinatra, the Beach Boys, and more at the Hut.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, Don, remember when, my name's Marty, remember when Harv went out on the street and did the hitchhiking thing?
Harv Moore did a lot of great bits that back in the day were considered controversial. Harv also came up with the Missing W, where for months they just called the station PGC.
When you talk about it, do you think seriously that you would have gone into the business like you did if it wasn't for him?
Probably, but I would not have been seriously as acclimated to it because I was behind the scenes at a major market radio station where actually I was hanging around the day. The one guy says, "Why don't we do a contest called the Missing W?" So for 3 months, the station, except in legal ID, just called themselves PGC. They even took the W out of the jingles, and the deal was if you found the Missing W, you would win a $10,000 prize.
Like it was
Dr. Strange letter.
It was hidden somewhere?
Yeah, it was hidden, and it was hidden like by the Washington Monument or something, where they actually had a giant wooden W that they had hidden in some bushes.
That's cool.
And for the longest time, it was PGC, and people would call up and go, "Is this WPGC?" "No, we've lost our W."
It's great.
And that's the kind of dumb thing that made people think.
Absolutely.
And anyway,
you don't get that anymore.
No, you don't.
It was Dr. Strange letter.
Dr. Strange letter.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, really, think about a radio contest that a guy remembers that didn't work at the radio station like this caller. That's pretty significant right there.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Like Nick Sticker.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi, I know it's me. I actually won a bicycle off of the Channel 20 show.
Were you there for the hamster races?
I called in and won.
You called in?
Yeah.
You weren't one of the lucky children that was there in the studio audience that day.
Come on, man. They didn't let inner city children come down and do that.
I went on the Ranger Andy show back home.
You know, you're probably right. Ranger Andy. Hi there, Mike. It's Ranger Andy.
It's only the second time I won something off of a show.
I want to help you prevent forest fires.
Yeah, well,
You know what most... Hey, little Mike O'Mara, you know where most fires occur?
Between your legs. Ah, yes, sir. Put it out.
Let me put out that fire. Come here. Let me pull out my hose and put out that fire.
Take me, Ranger. Oh, God.
Okay, the Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, Don and Mike.
Hey, Mike. Come see what Ranger Andy has in this dark cabin. Come on in. Scared, Mike? Hello. It's not the same.
It's not.
I'm sorry. It's a hollow. It's not a hollow victory.
I never know how far I should go with the Harvemore, too. I always...
I don't care how far you go. I thought that today he might be listening.
Okay. Well, I mean, he probably knows I'm kidding. Probably.
Probably.
Well, I mean, I hope he knows I'm kidding.
Hello.
For God's sakes.
Harvey, in case you are listening, I have never told Mike about any of the abuse that you've done.
You can't help it. Your comedy mind cannot help.
In case you are listening,
thank you from the bottom of my heart for not revealing those deep, dark secrets. Back in the prize closet.
I've always maintained through my years of therapy that it was, I used the name Marv Whore. And no one's ever figured out it was actually Harv Moore. Rob, why don't you just read them yourself? What is it this time?
Mike, it's Harv Moore, the boy next door with a subpoena. Oh, God.
Hello. Are you there?
Don and Mike.
Don and Mike, hi.
Hey, I just want to let you know the missing W was on the Wilson Bridge.
On the Wilson Bridge. Gotcha. See, now that was a contest over 30 years
Well, how do you hide it on a Wilson Bridge? I mean, everybody would drive by it.
Over there.
It was
I think it may have been in that tower.
In Charlie's house.
The tower that we now say Charlie lives in?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Intricate contest.
And people
All right, thank you.
It's a great show.
Thank you, my friend. See you later. We got a break. Just think, one day, maybe 30 years from now, people will be talking about us and going, do you remember how much those guys used to complain about their bosses?
Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we ought to steal that contest.
Well, Mike, here's the problem. In order to steal that contest, we couldn't do a national radio show because we do the show to so many different radio stations.
Maybe down the road.
Maybe after vacation.
Yeah.
Maybe after vacation.
We can do that contest.
We can do that contest. On WJFK.
Right.
Maybe so. Oh, Jesus, we really have to do a break. Hey, Michael, I'm very sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
Mike was bringing up very traumatic memories for me of my childhood.
I remember Romper Room and the gerbil races from Captain 20.
Can you hold on the line?
Sure.
We'll get to the bottom of this. That, of course, are the Ernie K. Scar tape.
Yeah, lots of unanswered questions about Ernie K. Scar.
We will get to that right after this.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
To make it nostalgic or what? How many remember that one? Yes. Talk to me, Sonny, and the Sun Glows at 19 after 7 at WPGC. Number 1, this is the boy next door, Harbour. You know, we're always talking about Mike Cohen, one of our account executives here at WPGC. Just walked in here this morning, bandages all over your... What happened to your face this morning? Anyway, what happened?
They had my nose fixed.
What'd they do to your nose? Anyway,
They put it between my eyes.
WPGC. Harbour. Hey, this is one of those stay-in-bed type days, I know, but you better get going here. It's 20 after 7 o'clock already. Don't forget your umbrella. Cloudy skies, a little drizzle this morning. Becoming partly cloudy later on this afternoon with highs to around 80. The degrees are 67 out there right now. Senators won yesterday. WPGC in a row. WPGC in a row. Little Clyde Credit Chatter with the boy next door, Harford, WPGC, number 1, 7:04 in the morning. A Tuesday grab of records here. 8 days into July already, you know. You know, we're talking about the Senators won last night, beat the Indians, right, by a score of 7-2. Frank Howard got 2 home runs. Mike Epstein got 1. Little Jim French got a triple, a double, and one of the fans jumped out on the field last night and kissed Jim French right on the field. That's right, it was in the paper this morning. And was I embarrassed when I found out it was Spike that did it. I'm going to break your neck, you little brat. Tequila! Hey, I got dust all over me digging that one out for you this morning. How many remember that one by the Champs? Way back in the Hall of Fame. So this is the Brad Harford. Hey, I'm liking that record. You like that one, Brano? That's a good record. Now, Fifth Dimension, you're wondering whatever happened to Neil Sedaka. He wrote that song. Now, Fifth Dimension singing it for you. 7:15, WPGC Chat Time with the Brad Harford.
The Don and Mike Show.
Like corn, enjoy it a second time. The best of Don and Mike.
Before
what's on tonight with Access Hollywood for Wednesday, December 29th, 2004.
Life, camera, access. Brandy became a pop phenom at age 15, and now her manager mom admits it hasn't always been the charmed life. Next in the Access Hollywood Update.
You want great financing and a warranty. What do I look like, Santa Claus?
Consider this. Ford certified pre-owned vehicles have to pass a rigorous 115-point inspection, and they get 6 years, 75,000-mile powertrain limited warranty coverage. And right now, you can get financing as low as 1.9%. Ford Quality Check certified pre-owned. If we don't certify it, it's just used. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford Credit Limited Term APR financing on select vehicles. Take delivery from dealer stock by 12/31/04. See dealer for warranty details or visit FordCPO.com.
Smart pets come from smart parents, and smart parents know there's one place to save big on everything for their pets. PetSmart. Right now, save up to 25% on hundreds of pet food varieties during the nation's largest pet food sale. Save on select formulas of Science Diet Life, One Cat Food, Pedigree, Dog Chow, and more. Plus, PetSmart has absolutely unbeatable prices on thousands of pet supplies. Shop smart. And don't miss the nation's largest pet food sale going on now, only at PetSmart. While supplies last, free savings card may be required for discounts. See store for details and a low price guarantee.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sean Robinson with the Access Hollywood Update, and Brandy's mom, Sonia Norwood, opens up on pop star parenthood.
It's squeaky clean because I don't tell you everything that you want to know. Brandy wasn't perfect at 15.
But Brandy's image remained spotless until June of 2003 when she split with Robert Smith, the man she claimed was her husband, until he revealed they were never married.
What Brandy did in terms of how she selected to consider herself married or attached to someone is her private business. When you are in the public's eye, sometimes you do what you think is better for the little ones that are growing up. I'm not here for a popularity contest either, and you can call me the nice big B word if you like, but it's all good.
If Brandy or Ray J came to you and said, Mom, I don't want to do this anymore,
I'd say, let's go do something else.
For all of your Hollywood news, click on AccessHollywood.com.
The Don and Mike Show.
Vintage goodness. It's the best of Don and Mike.
We've been teased, now the Ernie Scar tape. It's the best of Don and Mike.
About 10 years ago, we stumbled on this tape of what we thought was like a low-power FM Indian reservation radio station with a guy named Ernie Scar.
Mm-hmm. We've heard many different rumors. The very least is that this is a bit done by some disc jockeys.
Mm-hmm. Now, Joe went to a website, bought the CD. Mm-hmm. The guy apparently went on his website yesterday. Buzz looked at it, and the guy was just rambling about Joe and about how... Yes. I mean, he was happy that we played part of the CD on the air, but he's mad at Joe.
I don't know where this guy has become the proprietor of this Ernie K. Scar bit, and it just seemed like much ado about nothing, actually, because, the bit is funny, but it's kind of a throwaway tape that we played on the show. But there's a mystery behind it, because it's, is this guy from a reservation? Is it a reality thing, or is it, just a total fabrication? And if so, who did it?
Let's hear one more before we bring him on for the Brockett Alcohol and Drug Abuse Hotline.
Let's phone up that Brockett's Alcohol and Drug Abuse Hotline. See if it's really for real, if it can help you, or if it's just a load of bullshit. I mean, we can't go around having false information perpetrated about, drugs and so.
It is much more sophisticated than the other tapes that we had.
Easier to hear.
Hope there's somebody there.
This is good.
Ernie K. Scar.
Hello, Brockett, Alcohol, Drug Abuse Hotline. Are you pissed or high, or what's the problem?
No, we just want some information.
Oh, information. Well, what do you want to know?
Well, where could we get a case of Jack Daniels?
Well, okay, we don't have an outlet on the reserve. I would say the best thing you could do is if you know somebody in Lethbridge, they could bring it out for you.
How about drugs?
Well, we could go down to the Bridge Inn. We got contact down there. And they could bring you some amphetamines or some speeders. I think we got some acid, but it's not very good stuff.
Okay, thanks a lot. You've been a big help.
Okay, yeah, thanks for calling. No problem.
Say it's a bit.
I love it. How do you not love that bit?
Yeah, it's great.
I just have to break in here for a second to mention again. Either we are incredibly boring and unpopular, and everyone has stopped calling today, or these phones are busted.
Wow. Man, we're still, I mean, the whole bank is dead.
They're all dead.
Wow.
Would somebody please come in and fix the brand new, state-of-the-art digital telephone that we have? I find it hard to believe.
No, it is hard to believe because it's not real.
Nobody's calling because the phones are always ringing.
Can you bring up a dial tone? Well, that one's ringing.
10. On 10 I can.
Well, now they're all ringing.
9. Hold on. 11. 12. No. Negative.
They were, I just called and got Joe. I think it was just a momentary glitch because normally when those lights, there's like dots there, lines are on. When they were dead before, we didn't have those little dots.
So that was what, just a glitch?
Just a glitch. I mean, I just called and got Joe right then. And it was nice to talk to him. He's very friendly.
Now they're all ringing.
Okay, well, never mind. I guess. Well, let me ask.
America was so into those tapes.
Were you bored, or did you try to call and you couldn't get through? Hello? The line just went dead.
Huh.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not even a hang-up. It's just deceased.
And look at the line number 9, Mike. It's got that pulsating light to it.
Yeah, like it should be on hold.
Yeah.
But it's not.
No, it's not. These phones ain't right. Do you want to mention that? These phones ain't right. Okay.
Man, I wish we could get that working.
Let's go to Michael Anthony. If you're trying to call and you can't get through, I apologize. We're working on the telephone situation. And I love it when one of the lines goes dead, that instead of the little bright light, it actually has an X, like a tic-tac-toe, almost like the way you would X out someone's eyes.
A little complex to figure out, actually.
Yeah. Let me see. The way I look at it now, 1 and 2 are dead, 11 and 12 are dead, 5 is dead. See, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 are ringing. I can't. And now they're all filling up.
It's really maddening. If you stare at that, it's really maddening.
Gone crazy.
Can't figure it out. Meanwhile, over at the other place, with the other radio stations that get no ratings, you should see the equipment they have.
Everything's all shiny and polished.
You should see the incredible phone system they have at WHFS, which incidentally has about 12 listeners for the whole radio station.
Right.
We have 12 phone lines, and we can't get 10 of them to work at one time.
I'll tell you right now, it's really maddening, you know.
They've got a great system. Every WHFS listener has a red phone under a pie plate, and they just lift it up, and it rings right to the studio.
It's nuts. I get it. It's like a Batman thing.
Exactly.
I get it. So listen, Michael.
Yeah.
Hi, thanks for waiting. Now,
You're welcome.
About 10 years ago, we got the original tape.
Yep.
Well, we thought was the original tape of Ernie Scar. You know, Cover Your Stinkweed. Did you make that tape? Did you make these tapes?
No,
Okay.
I have nothing to do with the making of it. But I did find out about it through your show about 10 years ago.
Now, what can you? Obviously, you've taken this very seriously, and you've investigated this. What is the deal with these tapes?
I started a website. I found out as much information as I could, and I heard that some guys at a college radio station did it. I didn't buy that. And then I found out 2 cops broke into a radio station one night and did it. And I didn't buy that. And those are just rumors that are all over the web.
Well, what's the truth?
Finally, I heard that there was a guy that basically made this as a private gag between him and some friends and played it at a Christmas party.
I don't buy that either.
You don't buy that either?
Well, it seems a little too polished.
Robbie, would you grab the original one?
Yeah.
Because
it's pretty well done.
These new ones are polished, but Mike, let's go back to the original tape.
The original sounded like it could come from a low-powered FM.
Which sounds like an LP-FM and sounds like someone's just running an air check machine. I mean, listen, here's the original one. From over 10 years ago.
Rocket 99, rocking the restoration in Paris.
It's a little inside, but it even wows like an air check should wow. Right. You know, in between the cuts.
Right there. Up and Adam, it's 8:30 on the reservation with Ernie Stars. Good morning, here's some AC/DC to get your day started right. That's a flip of the switch. On the reservation, hottest rock, Rocket 99.
All right, so that's the original tape. Then Joe goes to the website and finds this. And listen to the quality.
Yeah. That's what I like. After a meal, before a heavy date. Listerine makes my breath smell great. But if I hadn't accidentally swallowed some one day while gargling, I'd still be spending way too much on Brandon. You don't need the mint flavors and pretty colors of the other mouthwashes upsetting your stomach. Listerine gives you a buzz and you keep it down every time. I'm Clarence Heaps of Buffalo.
Huh?
Listerine. It may f*** you up, but you'll have the cleanest breath in town.
Now, that's still funny, but it's not as funny as...
DC.
Like a guy doing a real radio show.
All right, rock and roll. It's Ernie Scarred with you this morning. How you doing? Reservation time to get up and get at 'em. If you got a job to go to today, it's going to be tough if you're working outside. Not a very good day. Kind of gray, kind of overcast. Let's take a look at the forecast. As a matter of fact, 30% chance of rain today. Look for a high.
The background with the tom-toms.
0. And a chance of frost. Cover up the stinkweed. Winds west today, 37.
Okay, so that's the original tape we heard, Michael.
Right. Then we hear some of the fresh stuff.
Joe, yeah, right. Excuse me, Mike.
That's right.
Joe goes on the web and gives us this, finds himself that's crystal clear.
Right.
A couple of questions.
Sure.
Who really did it? Just give us the answer.
I don't know.
So it's a mystery to you, and you have the website.
The mystery's part of the allure of, of the tape, you know.
How did you get this new crystal clear material, then?
I have been talking to a guy via email for about 4 or 5 months who came across my website. And I'm convinced the guy's an insider, and I'm also convinced that you know, he was in the business. He was in the radio business. And that he made the tape. But I've never been able to get anyone to give me a name or admit to it or anything.
Now, Mike, is it possible that you and I are being played? And I remember one time a guy came down, didn't he have like a mechanical robot doll or something?
Yeah, and it was a total hoax.
That we believed was some kind of invention. As it turns out, the guy was just
BSing
absolutely goofing us.
For his own enjoyment.
Yeah, now listen, are you goofing us? Are you just doing this? You're getting on the radio and we're talking about you and we're mentioning your website. Are you goofing us?
No, I'm not goofing you.
And in all the research that you've done over this bit, you haven't been able to really get a definitive word as to...
No, I received over 500 emails about this thing in 3.5 years since I first put it up on another website.
Yet somebody is sending you these tapes and you're selling them and these CDs and they don't want any money for it?
No. Because there's a political stigma to this.
Because of the reservation, Native Americans or
racism and the Native American groups and things like that.
All right, now here is our main witness, Joe Ardinger. Joe for the defenseless.
I just had Rob card up the new CDs that I bought, the first one, and it's part of the tape that we have. These have been, you know, with today's digital technology, they've been shined up.
Okay, hold on, let's listen.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's the same as the one we played with the bad quality.
69, rocking the reservation in stereo.
Wow, that's weird, huh?
Roger. Up and Adam, it's 8:30 on the reservation with Ernie Scar. Good morning, here's some AC/DC to get your day started right.
You know what this is like? This is like the first time you ever heard a CD.
Yeah, really.
And you went, God, it's so much better than a record.
It's still a mystery, though. Oh, the whole song plays?
Yeah, but after it, it's just like the tape we had.
Yeah, go ahead, fast forward it, Robbie. This is how I like to listen to AC/DC, incidentally. I know you've heard about speed dating and speed reading. That's speed listening. Get all the notes. And you don't have to take any speed. You don't have to have like 10 cups of coffee. No, not necessary at all. Hey, Tim's loving this, though. Tim thinks we've changed formats today. Man, let's rock.
I don't want to give him any ideas, but has anyone thought of ACD Thunder?
What do you think Sabian can do? He can't do anything to stop this.
So find Sabian.
Right now, Tim's screaming at the radio. This is the first good thing they've ever done. Up and at 'em.
That's a look at the switch. On the reservation's hottest rock at 99. AC/DC. All right, rock and roll. It's early scarring with you this morning. How you doing? Reservation time to get up and get at 'em. If you got a job to go to today, it's going to be tough if you're working outside. Not a very good day.
That's clear.
Kind of gray, kind of overcast. Let's take a look at the forecast. Reservation weather. As a matter of fact, 30% chance of rain today. Look for a high of 6, low overnight tonight of 0, and a chance of frost. Cover up the stinkweed. Winds west today, 30.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Does anybody know what cover up the stinkweed means? Cover your pot.
Yeah.
If you're growing your pot. Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Stay in and stay warm today if you can.
You never heard Tony Perkins say that on Good Morning America? When there's a frost or freeze warning, cover up the stinkweed. Rocking the TV.
Jump out of this because it's got the
the bad words. Okay,
wow.
So Michael,
Yeah.
you don't know who's made this tape.
I don't know. I interviewed a guy named Mark Campbell, who pretty much everyone in that area is convinced that Mark did it.
He's a DJ turned TV weatherman, right?
Right.
And it does it sound like
Buzz,
him?
do you know more? No, I just read this on the website, and I was trying to help the story
and
along.
does he sound like this guy when you talk to him?
No, he doesn't sound like it to me, but he was one of these guys that a wacky morning zoo thing back in the 80s, and I guess it was the only guy that they could pin it on, so they decided to pin it on Campbell, and I interviewed him, and he said, I'll even take a lie detector, test.
This has become, so we don't know the source. So I'm going to have to ask
Joe.
Our main detective, Detective Joe Ardinger, to follow up and try to find the man behind Ernie Scar. And do you, to the best of your knowledge, is there any new Ernie Scar material coming out, being made?
No, not the. Some of the stuff you played apparently was from 1989,
right?
And the rest of it was from 86.
Hey, Michael?
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of friends?
Not many, Don.
Just thought I'd ask.
No problem.
And your website is Brockett99.net.
.net. Yeah.
Now you're selling these things.
Yeah.
But the guy who did the bit, he's not getting any money from it?
The people that I've talked to say that this guy really doesn't want to associate in any way with it. And the guy that I think it might be, just you can't get anything from anyone either way. They're so tight-lipped about it.
So you think it's because of the politically incorrect heat that's come down that if this guy, say, the weatherman who's on TV now probably would want to distance himself? Yeah, but why wouldn't he just call this guy and go, listen, don't use my name, but that's my bit. So, give me 50% of all the CDs that you sell.
Right.
Okay, well, listen, Michael, thank you, and I guess we'll be in touch if we need anything else.
Okay.
All right, thank you, dude.
Hey, thanks a lot, Don and Mike.
See you later. Oh, one last question.
Yeah.
Excellent. Rob just had this question. I'll credit Rob. How did you get the material?
When I first heard it from you about 10 years ago, I started looking around and couldn't find anything until about 3.5 years ago. And I basically got it from other websites that are selling it. And there are actually people can go and download it for free, the whole thing.
Detective Ardinger, anything you'd like to add here?
I was just saying that he ran into these incredibly clear copies on his own.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that. I said they were mailed to me, but...
Well, yeah. By who?
They were mailed to me by the guy that I had been emailing with for about 4.5 months.
And who's that?
I can't give you his name.
Why?
Because he doesn't want to be involved with it.
He doesn't want to be involved with it, but he's sending you CDs.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that I don't know that this is the guy.
Thief? Thief? Why all this secrecy? This is really weird.
Because from what I've heard, and this is only from what I know, because I'm not a Canadian
And
citizen.
for quite some long time, all you knew is what I told you.
Right. And freaks that carry your luggage up the room. But from what I hear, this guy, if even though these things were made in '86, this guy could be dragged into court and fined heavily because of the laws up there if it's found that this is a racist...
Maybe I'm totally off base, but the more I hear your voice, the more I think it's you, and that we're being played by you right now, and you want to sell the CD, and I'm fine with that.
Say this for me. Will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Say, R, up and at 'em.
Up and at 'em.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
I think you're Ernie Scar, Mike.
Well, I've been accused of that. But
Oh, you have been accused of that.
I have been accused.
Say rock and roll.
Rock and roll. I think it's because I've heard the tape so many times.
Yeah, all right. It's not... Who knows?
Okay.
I don't think we'll ever figure it out.
All right, dude. No, we will. I promise we will. We have Detective Joe Archer working on it.
That's DUHTECTIVE.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I've been getting phone calls from all over the country, including Canada, since we brought this up, and nobody is going in the same direction.
Here's my question.
So everybody's got a different theory.
We are getting phone calls from all over the world, America and Canada. How come none of the digital lines are ringing?
Because people are listening.
No, Joe, look. I'm not being like JP. On the other lines, all the things are going off there. I know when we do something and people are just not calling because they're listening.
Mm-hmm.
But all day today, look at this. There's one line ringing now. There's got to be some problem with these telephones.
I think it's got the Gribblies.
All right, nice talking to you, Michael.
All right, thanks a lot, Dynamite.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, before we go...
I don't trust that guy.
Me either.
Before we go to break, could I request Brockett Used Motors?
Is that a new one that we haven't heard?
Yeah.
All right.
Particularly you load that in?
Brockett Used Motors.
And hold on. Let me see. That's cut number 3. Let me just see if the phones are ringing. Are working. Hello?
Don?
Hi, Rob.
How you doing?
Hi, Rob.
Hi, Mike. Oh, you know what, Mike?
What's that, Rob?
Tell Buzz I said hi.
Buzz.
Yes.
Rob says hello.
Give him my regards.
Rob.
Mike?
Buzz says hi.
Don?
He just he hung up on him.
No, I didn't hang up on it.
Uh-huh.
The line just died?
See?
Wow.
All right. It's obvious the phones are screwed up.
Something wacky. This way it comes.
Okay, here is Joe's tape. They're Joe's favorite tape.
Ever had to get to the rodeo, but you had this problem?
Dirty CD, I think.
Everything's working today.
Frank.
Things are working great at HFS, though. Guarantee that. Hi, Joe. Is it CD number 2?
Sign over
here.
Okay.
Ever had to get to the rodeo, but you had this problem? I'm Franklin, born with a tooth. From Brockett Used Motors, and I'll let you in on just a little bit of a deal. If you come down here with a case of beer, I can give you a good deal on an old 65 Chevy Impala 4-door. You can put both the mother and the father-in-law in there and the 6 cousins, and as well their sisters. And don't forget Grandma, too. You can even get 5 others in the trunk if you take out the spare tire. And on Wednesdays, you can drive.
All right, Joe.
That's the best part.
When is the best part?
It's coming up with the customer satisfaction.
Okay. It's on you, Joe.
Drive into town and hang out around Galt Gardens. It doesn't have any hubcaps, and a window in the back is just plastic. But a good deal at only $4 to $8 if you bring me a case of whiskey. Come on down today. Listen to one satisfied customer. Okay, we'll see what we got here. This son of a bitch car better start. I gotta get to the rodeo. Russia's running a little rough. Fucking whitey car. Needs a spark plug.
No one will take credit for it.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
Okay.
Would I be correct in assuming that perhaps the Ernie K. Scar experiment has come to an end?
Bloom is off the road.
Well, yeah. Although there is one other Cub that I happen to know is funny. Here it is.
I know what boys like. I know what guys want. I know what boys like.
Yeah.
Boys like me. Thank you. We will be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
We're jump shipping Hong Kong, and I make my way over to Tibet. And I get on as a looper at a courser with her in Himalayas. A looper? A looper. You know, a caddy, looper. Jack. So I tell him I'm a pro Jack. And who do you think they give me? The Dalai Lama himself. The 12th son of the Lama. The flowing robes, the grace, bald. Striking. So I'm on the first tee with him. I give him the driver. He hauls off and whacks one. Big hitter, the Lama. Long. Into a 10,000-foot crevice right at the base of this glacier. Do you know what the Lama says? No. Gunga, galunga. Gunga, gunga, gunga. So we finish 18, and he's going to stiff me. And I say, hey, Lama, hey, how about a little something, you know, for the effort, you know. And he says, oh, there won't be any money. But when you die, on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
The Don and Mike Show.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program, the best of Don and Mike.
Police get in touch with Don, and it's not to sell jelly. Don gets a traffic letter in the mail. It's the best of Don and Mike.
Imagine, you know, my surprise when I got home last night. I'm looking through the mail, and I see that there's a letter from the police.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
And I'm thinking, you know, no, come on. It's nothing. I don't do anything bad anymore. So it can't be like
You're in the clear.
you're a bad guy.
Did you assume it was a thank you note?
Yeah, well, I didn't know. So here's what I thought.
General thank you note. Thank you for the entertainment.
No, here's what my first paranoid thought was, every time the state police call to try to sell like jams and jellies, they always start by saying, hello, this is the Virginia State Police. So you're obligated to stay on the phone. Well, the last time the guy called and said, this is Virginia State Police, as soon as he said, I said, I gave already. Thank you very much. And I hung up the phone. So I think, I see the letter and I think, now they're sending me a letter because I didn't buy the jams and the jelly.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I get this letter. It says, Dear citizen, the vehicle listed below was identified by a member of the community as one being driven in an unsafe manner. Identification of the vehicle was made using the license number reported to the county police department. Now listen to this creep, and I'm thinking about where this happened. It happened on the Monday, the first day of our vacation.
Okay.
And exactly the area where this alleged thing happened was by a shopping center where there's a Safeway and there's a Shell and an Exxon, and you either make a right-hand turn or a left-hand turn depending on the way that you're going. It says, the specific violation observed failed to obey traffic signal. Now, for this, I could certainly be guilty of, especially if it's one of those things when the light's yellow. And
Wait. I'm confused. But we're talking about a person.
Yes. This is why I'm bringing it to your attention.
I've never heard of this.
I got to read you the rest of this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Date and time of observation: 3/22/04, 10:15 a.m. Then they give the location and they identify my car and the license plate. Says, a concerned citizen and the Fairfax County Police Department are cooperating in an effort to stop unsafe driving behavior. Now, I think that I know when I'm in road rage. I think I know when I've done something stupid, that if I do something blatantly stupid, like, blow through a light or something, I always give the guy the, hey, sorry, I'm an right.
That look.
Right. I don't remember.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. We will return to our regularly scheduled program momentarily. Please stay tuned. We expect
in road
to resume normal
rage. I think I know when I've done something stupid, that if I do something blatantly stupid, like, blow through a light or something, I always give the guy the, hey, sorry, you give that look.
Right.
I don't remember. It was the first day of our vacation.
Yeah, if you make a mistake, what you want to do is, usually acknowledge the guy and just go, hey, hey, I'm really,
excuse me.
I'm really sorry.
Now
you're busy with him.
No, you give him the finger. But I don't. But see, I don't.
Sorry to cut you off.
I didn't even remember anything remotely resembling
right.
that.
Gotcha. No, of course, because you were being careless.
And then it goes on to say, we recognize that you may not have been the driver of the vehicle at the time the behavior was reported. It's possible the witness erred in their reading of the license plate and has not reported the incident accurately. However, if the information is correct, I urge you and those who use the vehicle to drive, blah, blah, blah. The information is advisory and it will not result in any punitive action.
So Willie, there's your tax dollars at work.
No, but here's my thing. I don't fault the cops here. Okay?
No, they have to do that. I think they have to do that.
I fault the creep. And really, if I did something so bad as go through a light on yellow, you mean to tell me the best way to spend your time is to call the cops? First, you got to write down my license number, right? Call the cops, make a complaint, let the cops look at the database, find out where I live, and send me a letter. For what? This is my question. If I had done something...
Welcome to our area.
If I had done something awful, trust me, I would have remembered it. You know what I mean? Backed into somebody, run over a kid, done something, I would have remembered it. I didn't do anything.
That is...
I didn't do anything.
But what it is really...
It's this.
You could do that as a citizen. You could do that to anybody that you just wanted to harass.
All the live long day.
You could do that forever, and I would guarantee whatever tool did that to you has done it to other people.
I would just like to know. I would love to know.
You know what they could say? They could allege anything. You know what it feels like, that letter? It feels very Soviet Union-like.
Well, and Mike, what I wrote...
like you're reported to the KGB by your next-door neighbor.
What I wrote on the top of it was Big Brother. Yeah. I'm used now to the traffic cameras being everywhere, and I think it's a good idea that the cops have cameras in their cars. I even think it's a good idea that they say, for an emergency, dial whatever the number is.
I don't think you should be able to harass citizenry based on on an anonymous tip.
So let's say this is the worst-case scenario, that in this instance, because I figured out where I was
it's the honor system.
I was making a left-hand turn. So I make a left-hand turn. Maybe the light was yellow turning to red. Okay, I'm guilty of that. You mean that you sit there and you go, oh, my God, did you see that blatant disregard? That was yellow going to red. Get his license number?
Didn't you talk about getting into it with a guy like weeks ago where you were back of a guy and then you had you had a chat with him or something like that.
Yeah, but it was nothing.
Remember you were saying, what did you say you do? It was a license plate.
Right.
Remember the license plate?
I know.
But no, and you rolled down the no, it wasn't a license plate. It was like a bumper sticker. Ask me about something, and didn't you write down and say?
Oh, it was ask me about Herbalife.
Ask me about Herbalife, and did you? That's the guy that did it.
Oh no, this is the thing. The reason I know that.
See, you're assuming. You know what you're doing here? You're assuming right there that this.
But Mike,
even happened. This might be a guy that just made the whole thing up.
Hold on. But see, the thing is, the location of where this is. It's like an intersection by my house.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It can be an intersection anywhere. It can be an intersection by your house. Of course, I don't doubt that there was some contact with you, but there wasn't necessarily even this. Just let me explain myself.
Can I just say something? Don't squeal. I mean, unless I do something awful.
You're accepting guilt, and I'm telling you, what if you're in a situation like
squealers?
You tailgate a guy, right?
Rat?
You tailgate a guy, or a guy just doesn't like your look. Or he cuts you off and you have words with him, and you go, hey, I'm going to write down the guy's license plate, and I'm going to say he went through that stop sign. What in the world is to stop somebody from doing that? If they just want to be a bee in your bonnet. That's exactly what I think that might be.
Tell you what. Boy, oh boy.
See what I mean? You're assuming
was I steamed? Well, yeah. Listen. I'm guessing that. Yeah, I probably. Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
But I'm saying that
you're at the yellow light. You know, you go, hey, what the hell?
You know what I think that you know where that belongs? That belongs in the filing cabinet.
Well, that's where, as you can see, that's where it was.
Did you do that? Is that how you reacted initially when you
when I opened it up?
And then you realize it's a gold mine of material.
At first, I thought, like I said, a jams and jelly letter.
Yeah.
Then I opened it up and I said, throw it away. Then I went back to the garbage. Wait, hold on. This would probably be a good thing to talk about on the radio.
Sure is.
Let me just say, you creeps, whoever you creeps are out there, if somebody's done something to irritate you and you really have a real beef.
You know what I think? I think they're going to come out of the woodwork now. I think people that have had this done to them are going to come out of the woodwork. And it's totally anonymous. You don't have any record of that person.
Robert.
Yeah, man.
Robert.
Yeah, buddy.
Have you gotten these letters?
Yes, I did. I got one, and I know the exact incident. I was trying to merge, and I put my signal on, and this woman that was in back of me decided that she just didn't want to let me in. Went flying up, and jammed on her brakes, and then she was blowing the horn and just acting the fool. And I got one of these letters, so I called the police to find out what the severity of the incident is. And they maintain a database, so God forbid I get into an accident, and it's my fault, and some creepy little attorney goes out there. He can really cook my ass, you know?
No, they can't be admissible.
No, and one thing they write in the letter is, because the car is licensed and the ownership is mine, they write in the letter, they don't know who was driving the car.
Right.
You know, that's one of the first things that they write.
They can't cook your goose for that stuff. There's no way.
We recognize you may not have been the driver of the vehicle at the time the behavior was reported.
Right.
It is also possible that the witness erred in their reading of the license plate or has not reported the incident accurately.
Right.
You know, so the cops know what's going on.
What if you could write a letter back to the cops saying, I believe this individual was in error, and I resent the letter, and I wish you would contact them and give them a big toodaloo.
Hello, Derek. Derek.
Hi.
Hey.
I got pulled over by a CHP officer who got a 911 call when I passed somebody over a double yellow line on a country road safely. I mean, they were cruising along Sunday driving.
Okay, now listen, hold on.
That's a big one.
Now, hold on. See, you passed on a double yellow line. There, you deserve to be nailed.
I've called the cops. I've called the cops on truckers.
Well, hold on. Let me rethink this though. That you're on a road with a double yellow line. Report the circumstances to me. What was the speed limit? What was the speed limit?
45-mile-an-hour speed limit. I'm on a country road on a motorcycle. Passed them. You can see several turns up ahead. Didn't scare them. Didn't go fast. Just passed them. Got to the top of the canyon pass.
You know, even as risky as I am, I don't screw with a double yellow line.
Are you still riding that bike, that motorcycle?
Yes, sir.
I think it's relatively safe to say your organs will be in somebody else's body someday.
All right, so you got a letter though from them.
Well, no, the cop was at the top of the canyon waiting for me because 911.
Okay, well, does anybody understand that?
Do you know when I called the cops?
This is not like having the cops come to my house.
It's different when you're on the road and you call a cop because you think somebody's actually going to kill somebody. Last time I called the cops, did I ever tell you this story? That I'm on a major interstate and I see at night coming back from the restaurant and this car is in front of me off in the distance weaving. Obviously,
the restaurant, you mean?
Hank's Look Around Cafe.
Absolutely, and it's going back and forth.
You're always going to have a table waiting for you at Hank's Look Around Cafe.
And I can see the taillights weaving. This is an obviously drunk person. I get up in back of it. It's a county maintenance vehicle. It's the one with the cones in the back of it with the traffic cones, and the guy is bombed. I mean, bombed to the extent where he's going in between the two lanes. And I called and I said, hey, you got a guy that's going to kill somebody if somebody doesn't pull him over. Right.
Hello, Steve, Don, and Mike. Hello, Steve.
Hey, Don. Hi, Mike. How you doing today?
Hey.
Hey, Don, now, you got to be honest about this. If you went through a yellow light when it was turning red, that's not too bad. But if you're like the second or third car that goes through the red light,
here's the thing. I'm telling you, this is what I'm copping to. It's entirely possible. I drive the way that everybody drives. Everybody, how many times, listen, and this is what you got to be honest about. When you're out driving, and you're and I'm in a residential / a little business area, a little shopping center, the light takes like 7 minutes to cycle through. If you're the third person, you mean to tell me that every time you stop? Of course you don't. No. We're all adults. We all say, and listen, I would remember this. If I had done that, and I'll even take the worst case scenario that I did that.
Especially with a quick yellow in our area.
If I had done that, and I had almost clipped somebody or somebody came towards me,
right,
I would have remembered because I'm like anybody else. Something like that happens, you feel your heart go up into your nothing like that.
This is the rest of the nation, really. And I mean, people might argue with me, but I'm saying this is the rest of the nation. Green, yellow, red. In our area, it's green, yellow, red. Yeah.
I agree.
It's the way it works. I swear to God, they have them on a quick time.
Yep. Don and Mike. Hello, Rob. Rob in Utah. Rob.
Johnny.
Hey.
Hey,
Thank you for referring to my new European name, Doni. D-O-N-I.
I just got a letter from a guy saying that 1 month ago he was following me on the freeway, and I changed lanes in front of him, and a rock flipped up, and he got 2 rock chips in his windshield. So he tracked me down and sent a letter to my house and wants me to buy him a new windshield. A month later.
See, that's a crazy stalker stuff. You just can't do that.
What's wrong with What's wrong with all the creeps out there? Why are there so many goddamn creeps out there?
That is insanity. If you're in back of a truck or you're in back of somebody who kicks a rock on you, what you do is you just get in front of them and throw out a handful of pennies. I'm kidding, of course. Of course, I'm kidding. I would never encourage anyone to do something as stupid as that.
No, it works much better with a nice duck pin bowling ball. That's a little like 4 or 5 pound number you just toss out over your shoulder.
Yeah. You see, we're talking about fantasy.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Cartoon violence. Right.
Hello, and all of the products built by Acme.
Please do not attempt anything like this at home.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Yeah, I had a couple of, not just one, but I had 2 state troopers actually come to my house, and apparently what had happened is I'm going on Interstate 35 here in Wichita, and there's a state trooper sitting on the side of the road, so I flash my lights to the oncoming traffic to warn them, and apparently the gal in front of me thought I was briding her, or trying to flash her anyway, and she reported me, and I had 2 of the state's finest come and visit.
See, nobody seems to get this. Nobody seems to get this. This is not like open season for you to call us and tell us when the cops have come to your house.
But, I mean, these are all similar things that I just don't think it's all that productive. You know, cops coming to somebody's house while we've got, there are terrorists around that we got to look for, and it just seems to me, I understand you fought for rights in somebody.
I guess I understand his point because even though he didn't get a letter, the cops came to his house. I get it because the lady must have said to the cop, hey, that dude flashed his lights at me, so then they have to go to his house.
Of a horrible crime of flashing his lights.
I mean, really, it's insane.
That's right. Jesus. Come on.
Wow.
Just have the stones. If I've done something to irritate you, flip me off. Say something. Let me know.
People make a big stink over nothing. I was at a toll plaza one time, and when they were switching booths, and I clipped the person that was going from one booth to the next. I might have broken her leg.
You're busy.
She writes me a letter. I mean, like, no.
What's with that?
You know why that is? That's because you're Mike O'Mara. That's why.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Amen.
Thought she could get her big payday.
Hello.
Target on your head.
Carl, Don and Mike show. Carl.
Oh, Don.
Yeah, hi, Don and Mike.
Don, worse happened to me. I was driving on a little backcountry road up here. And
hold on, we do a national show. Where's up here?
Up by Burlington, Vermont.
All right, gotcha. That is up there. Okay.
All right, so I'm on like a backcountry road over here. No houses, all just trees, okay? Speed limit is 35. I got 2 old people in front of me. They're going maybe 30 miles, maybe 25 miles an hour. So I pass them, okay? It's a passing zone. It's all legal.
So I shot them.
Yeah. So I drive into the next town, and I'm in a bank doing my business, and a cop walks in. And he said, who owns the green van outside? And I says, I do. So he says, could you step outside, sir? So I walk outside, and he says, I got a phoned-in complaint from 2 people that said you were recklessly driving.
Listen, can I relate to that? I had to cut him off for a second, but how many times do you get this? I get this all the time, where I'm driving on a 2-lane road with a double yellow line. Speed limit is 35. The car in front of me is going 15. Yeah. This happens on a regular basis. And you're going from miles and miles, and the car's going 15. So, and you ride close. You don't lock bumpers.
No, you can't get too close because there's always the chance
that they're going to jam on the brake
or release the oil slick and the bushel of nails.
But listen, does this happen that you're behind somebody and it's obvious because you're looking in your rearview mirror and you see like 10 cars behind you.
Yeah, it's not just you.
And I think because I drive a big gas guzzling SUV, proud too, that the other people can't see the little car in front of me, so they think I'm the slow one.
Do you ever fantasize about 50 caliber machine guns in your bumper?
Do I? But listen, this happened to you. Tell me this happened to you. So what happens is the person who's going very slow, after a while, they see that there's a driveway or there's a turnoff, and what they do is they speed up to get way ahead of you, and they pull off to the side of the road, and then when you drive by, and I always shoot them a look like, hey, come on, speed limit 35 here. Hello, goodbye.
Right.
Then I go by and I punch it up to 40. Well, without fail, they pull out of the cul-de-sac or whatever, and all of a sudden, they're no longer content doing 25.
Yeah, they want to be on your bumper.
Now they want to do like 40, 41,
They found the
42.
pedal. Right.
But because they're following me.
Right.
And then how many times have you done this? Because I've really done this. Where I go, oh, you want to play this game? I wait until like there's a subdivision. I pull off on the side of the road. Hey, you're driving a little too fast for me. They go by. I pull behind them. They go back to going 25 miles an hour.
Yeah. I think you and I both would do that, and we're in need of therapy. There's no doubt about it.
There's a girl who says she works on the 911 center taking calls. Here's a woman who has a hard job. Lori.
Yes.
Hi, you really take 911 calls?
Yes, I do.
Now, you're not, if you see somebody make like a traffic move, run a red light, pass on a double line, you're not supposed to call 911, right?
No, that is not what 911 is for. Life and death emergency.
Life and death emergency.
Now, if you were potentially following, say, a drunk driver or something, I would probably let you go ahead and give me that information on a 911 line.
Gotcha. So, like, this creep that wrote this letter about me probably just, called 911, and then you would say what?
Well, hopefully he dialed the non-emergency line and somebody spoke to him, but I feel your pain truly because I speak to these people who want to make these reports every day, but if I could just give you the other side of the coin, we probably do have bigger fish to fry, but there's tremendous pressure on us in public safety to do something about the traffic, especially here in Northern Virginia. So this is sort of an outlet for people to vent.
But don't you realize, but you must admit that there's nothing that anybody can do. We did this by letting people build 20 million houses on 1 acre of land in our area and let developers get rich. That's what caused this.
And I agree with you. Police, firemen, 911 operator, you do a thankless job. Here's the thing. I don't think you should have to hold people's hands.
No way. It's not her job.
When you said it's a way for people to get it out of their system, you want to get it out of your system, give me the finger. Don't call the cops.
Absolutely. And you know what? If they call 911 where there is maybe a life and death emergency this lady could be handling, I think they ought to find that person. If they're so stupid that because they got a chip on their shoulder about traffic, they're calling 911.
Thank you.
They ought to penalize that.
Well, here's one thing that I think about when I take the calls is maybe one benefit to this is maybe your teenage son is driving your vehicle in a manner that you don't think Johnny ever would do. And this might be, some way for mom and dad to get a little insight, into how Johnny really drives when.
All right.
So, but,
We're getting some interference here, honey. I mean, you do a great service and everything, but please, come on. Let's appreciate it.
Thank you for the call.
Call a spade a spade.
Thanks so much. You do great work.
Hey, Johnny, here's our
911.
Here's our production guy. Johnny, Mike was just doing 911 with the finger.
There you go.
Hi, Johnny.
You're talking about when the people stack up on the road. My in-laws live in the state of Washington, and there's a law there that says if you're driving along, gathering wool, checking out the scenery, and more than 3 cars pile up behind you, you have to legally pull over and let them go by.
That's a great law.
Let's move there.
Yeah.
Where is that?
State of Washington.
State of Washington?
No, I couldn't do it. Too much rain.
Great apples.
Couldn't do it. Although the people up there probably think that we're really broadcasting from there.
Mm-hmm.
We're out of the state of Washington, just like they thought in Buffalo. They probably think we're and why should we not continue that? Boy, I tell you, that's one great thing, Mike, about living in
Eugene? No,
Spokane. Thank you. That's it.
It's a great thing about being in Spokane.
That's a great thing about living in Spokane.
Yeah, I mean, in our state, if there are 3 people stacked up in back of you, they can get arrested.
Yeah, happens a lot here in the Spokane area.
It sure does.
But it is nice to look out and see the Space Needle.
We got canceled there.
We got canceled in Seattle.
I think so.
But it's a very tall building. You can see it.
Talking about Spokane, Rob.
Still a good place to live.
Either way, yeah. Either way, we're still on somewhere. No way you're looking at a map?
No.
What do you ask you are? You're cheating.
I'm
You're cheating.
Man,
cheating.
Man. What a beautiful 65-degree day today.
It is
Where?
nice.
In Spokane, where we all live.
Here in Spokane.
I'm thinking of driving south to Yakima.
Got a break. Be right back, everybody.
WJFK.
Gee whiz, gang. Looks like the killer gutted the victim, strangled him with his own intestines, and then dumped the body in the river. You're right, Scoob. We're dealing with one sick son of a bitch.
The Don and Mike Show.
Expertly aged, like
like a fine cheddar. The best of Don and Mike.
Some random celebrity phone numbers. Don and Mike call them. Does anyone pick up? Plus, they set the stage for My Mom is a Whore. The best of Don and Mike.
It's time to set up My Mom is a Whore.
Now, that sounds very evil.
Fun for the whole family.
Or it could be My Mom was a whore.
All right.
Here's what we need right now. Phone number. We got our whore music on.
Yeah, this is nasty. Yeah.
877-365-3636. If your mom is a prostitute, if your mom has been a prostitute in the past, you know about it, you're open with her, and she's open with you about it, it's not a secret, she'd even be willing to talk about it, okay? All we need is one. One person out there whose mother really is a whore. Call now.
Right.
And then the fun will begin after that. Joe will explain to you. Have you explained to Joe the game yet?
No.
Oh. Have I explained the game to you yet?
Yes, briefly.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So you can go back there and tell Code Orange what we're looking for.
Okay.
Right now, we do need one legit person whose mom is a whore. And incidentally, you will win $200.
Okay?
That's what the person wins right now for calling if your mom is a whore. And if your mom... I mean, everybody's going to have the crap detectors out on this.
Oh, most definitely. They're already out.
This will lead into another game. But we can't play My Mother is a Whore until we find someone whose mother
is a whore.
Actually is a whore, and we can verify that.
A legitimate prostitute.
So call now.
And the definition, the dictionary definition of a woman who has taken money.
Has
for favors.
Intercourse for money.
All right, very good.
For cash.
Right.
Or for, services rendered, whatever it is. If it's a trade deal.
Got to put
and
it
it has
right
to
on
be
the table.
it has to be a caller who has a legitimate mom who has done this and who will be willing to talk about
Yes,
it.
or maybe has done this, or is my dream is currently doing
this.
Currently hooking.
And then the game begins.
And then I'll tell you how
any hints at all?
No. Let's see if we
can pull back the curtain at the last second.
Let's just see right here during this break if we get someone calling.
Very good.
And Rob, you're going to have to go help Joe out on this. I mean, we're working without a producer here for. I'll tell you this. We'll have a new producer before my bathroom gets fixed. I guarantee that. So anyway,
are you sure about that?
We're a little short-staffed here, but we'll find. I've sent Rob back to help Joe to make sure that whoever it is. I see there are some people that are already on. We got a guy who says, "Mom used to be a whore."
Yeah.
Okay, Rob, why don't you pick up line 5 off the air and give the guy the once-over. Really give him the once-over.
Check out his story.
Ask the questions, get the background, and then we'll play the game. I'll tell you about the game in a couple of seconds.
Very good.
Hold on, I've got a sheet here.
So much going on.
It's very, very busy today. It's very complicated.
Fun Central in here.
Here we go. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got... No. I'm looking for phone numbers. I have phone numbers of famous people.
It's not easy organizing all the fun.
No, hold on. Crap. Did I throw it away? Give me a second. I may have. Let me see. It's all this eBay garbage.
No, we have those wax museum things.
Oh, my God. I almost threw away the letter from the lady who sent us the Joe Gibb tribute song.
Oh, don't do
I got to
that.
hold on to that. Here it is. Okay. Here you go. All right.
All right, very good. You got what you needed. He's now down behind the console.
Wipe
You got
the
it?
coffee grounds
Jesus
off of it.
H. Christ. Okay. We have just some random celebrity phone numbers that have been passed to us. We can't call people on the air and just say, hey, you're on the air, but we can certainly call and say, would you mind coming on the air with us?
Okay, very good.
For instance, we have Alex Van Halen's phone number.
Alex Van Halen, drummer for Van Halen, Eddie's brother.
Correct.
Eddie, he's available. That might be interesting. You probably want to talk about the big tour this summer, where they're getting back together with Sammy Hagar. It's a big star, big musical star.
It's not often we don't book these people on the show. So I'll try to pick up the phone here, and it's not going to be like Mike doing a crazy voice.
No,
we're just going to.
30-4. The number you have dialed is invalid or blocked from your area code. Please check your listing and try your call again.
Something tells me that might be a real number. Let me try it one more time. 818.
Probably changed it so David Lee Roth would call someone.
Yeah, probably David Lee Roth pestering off after the Sammy announcement.
Hold on, because there's some other ones here. We got a whole list of phone numbers.
Oh, now it's ringing.
Oh, I better pick it up. Give me a second.
Very good. Is this Alex that you're calling?
Hello? Alex, are you there? Alex? Hey, Alex. Alex?
Big Al.
Is this Alex? Hello? I swear to Christ, somebody picked the phone and just said hello like they couldn't hear me.
Oh, really?
I'm going to try back.
All right, very good.
We like Van Halen, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We like Van Hagar.
We like Van Hagar. We're Van Hagar. We both share that. We're not the David Lee Roth school. We're the Sammy Hagar school.
Call this guy back.
All right, very good. But I still like Hot for Teacher.
Yeah, me too. But all the other Van Halen stuff's so good. Like Love Walked In.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now I got the machine. Hey, Alex, pick up. Alex, did you pick up? Alex, it's Aaron Spelling. Alex, this is Aaron Spelling.
You might have to come up with a new one. That might not work anymore.
This is Tommy Mottola. Alex, pick up the freaking phone. Alex.
No go.
You know, I had him at the beginning.
You think it was him?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I do.
Hello.
He picked the phone. Hello, Alex?
Yes.
Alex? Yeah. And then click. Now just, Alex, listen. I'm such a fan, man. I'm so glad you guys are getting back together. Oh, my God. I know the entire OU812 album by heart. You are so great. You are so great. My name is Buzz Burbank.
Wow.
And, hold on. Rob wants a wax figure of him.
A wax figure of Alex Van Halen.
All right, Mike, here's the next one. You can pick it up after it rings.
All right.
Perhaps you've heard the rumors that Nicole Richie and Justin Guarini,
yes.
They was in the Inquirer last week that they were getting married. Well, we have Lionel Richie's phone number.
Very good.
So we'll do the same thing. Where you let us hear it ring, then you can pick it up. It's on line 6. There you go. All right, you got it, Mike?
Yeah.
I did.
Yes, can I speak to Lionel Richie, please?
I just heard, hi, this is Lionel.
I did, too. Yeah.
You picked up the wrong line.
Oh.
You need to pick up line 6.
What are you doing? Hold on, because I heard
Line 6 isn't lit on my phone.
Okay, here we go again. Hold on. I definitely heard a guy say, hi, this is Lionel.
Oh, how we're smiling when we're Lionel Richie dialing.
Okay, now, Mike, wait 1 second to pick up. Let me put it on hold. Oh, Mike, you're on the wrong bank.
God damn it, I got 3 phone banks over here.
Right here, Mike, right there. See that one? Pick up number 6.
Yeah, hello? I got the quick, like almost a pager sound.
Oh, you want to try it one more time?
Well, if you want, if you think.
Because now that you know the phone, well, at least say if it says, hi, this is Lionel.
All right.
Okay. And now I'm going to dial it on line 5.
A short message.
I think we have a whore, incidentally. Give us a second. Okay. And come on, ring Lionel Richie. There you go. You got it, Mike? Oh, yeah. Very good. Today, hey, hi, this is Lionel. And obviously, he's not there either. Just like Alex Van Halen. Although Alex Van Halen was there.
Hello, Lionel, this is Mike, and I just wanted to say I'm a big fan. I really do. And I love your daughter on the Paris Hilton show. It's just fantastic. And if you ever are in Washington or you'd like to call us here at WJFK, we're big fans. And, yeah, this isn't on the air, but I'll tell you, Lionel, I am just a super fan. So call us. And also, if there's a wax figure of you anywhere, I'd certainly like that, too. You're good people. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, so that, with the old phone rules, we would have been able to put the entire, like, hi, this is Alex Van Halen, hi, this is Lionel Richie. Here's another one, Donald Trump. Donald Trump's private number in his office.
Very good.
I bet we'll get right through.
All right, let's see.
Okay, hold on. I'll pick this one up. Okay, got it.
All right, picking up.
Line 6, calling Donald Trump.
Big D.
I want a wax figure of his hair.
DT, my man. I got the DT. He's not on the phone yet. Like I'd speak that way to him. Hey, ass, what's happening? 3 rings. Let me see. Well, I'd be curious to know what Donald Trump's voicemail is like.
Hello, Linda.
4 rings.
No.
Donald Trump, please.
They're putting you through.
1 second. I swear to God, they said 1 second.
This would be so cool.
Not a chance he'd go on the radio.
Yeah, you just see, he was on with Regis this morning. Say your friends are Regis.
He loves to perform.
Pardon me? Yes, Donald Trump, please. My name is Don Geronimo. I'm doing a radio show right now, and I have Regis Philbin on the show with me, and Regis suggested that we call and get Donald on the show. Talk about The Apprentice. Are you up for this?
Sure.
Oh, and Regis has been saying it's fixed, so this is perfect.
Yeah, Regis said the same. Remember a couple days ago I said that I thought The Apprentice was fixed?
Yeah.
Regis said it. He got a newspaper.
Right.
You know what? You might want to pick up 6 now, Mike, and be Regis with me. And Regis, yes, hello?
You might take this.
Hold on. Regis, would you pick up and let her know?
Hello?
We're looking for the Trumpster.
Is the Trumpster there? Thank you.
Ask him to go on the air with us. Will you ask him to go on the air?
Absolutely.
Oh, this is fun.
Who would have thought?
I adore you, Donald. Will you come on the air on the Don and Mike show?
You got to get his permission, Regis.
Would you come on the air with my good friends Don and Mike? This is Regis with Don and Mike. Oh, come on now. Will you come on the Don and Mike show, Donald?
He knows it's not.
No, it's not, Regis. I'll be honest with you. But please come on the Don and Mike show and talk about The Apprentice. We deceive when we're trying to get big celebrity
Mr.
guests.
Trump, yes, we're on the air right now. Your voice is not on the air. Yes, we deceived our audience. We told them we'd lie and Mike would pretend to be Regis so we could say hi to you.
We haven't done it in a very long time, but we're so excited about The Apprentice that we'd...
Pardon me? We should what?
We're at 50 stations across the country.
We're in Washington, D.C.
We're based in Washington, D.C. You'd make our listener...
Just call up. How about just put your voice on there? Just say hello.
Just say hello and you can hang up.
Please?
Hello?
Did he say hello?
I think he's gone.
Hey, Don?
No, he's gone.
Don?
He hung up.
God damn.
Wow.
I was that close.
I thought he was such a ham that he would go on.
It was so
close.
funny. It was so funny.
No profit in it.
It was so funny.
Yes.
Hey, I love you, Regis. That's the first thing he says. I love Regis.
Right.
Did you deceive your audience like this?
Yeah. Wow. You talked to Donald
I'm
Trump.
sorry.
Now, wait. What he also said, just call up sometime and I'll go on with you. I don't believe that, but
Call the office.
But we should do that legitimately.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Have the producer do that.
Here you go.
Yeah?
Call right now. Call right now.
That was pretty cool.
The same guy. We just called and got through and fooled Donald Trump. And,
Right.
Now call us yourself. Be legit.
Yeah.
Because it's too funny. You guys had to hear that we really were on the phone
With Donald Trump.
Believe it.
Hey, Regis, how are you? You know,
The big piece. It's unfortunate that they couldn't hear that. You know, in the old days.
Yeah, we would have just.
Of course, no, we used to get in trouble in the old days too.
And he's one of those guys who really would sue us.
Right. It's kind of...
No answer yet.
No answer?
Rings.
No, all right, you leave the message. Do we have the guy whose mom's a whore?
Yeah, you got 2 possibilities.
We got 2. All right.
Wow.
All we need is 1. So now, here's how we play. My mom's a whore.
All right. How do we play?
We've got a guy on the phone. I don't know which guy it is. I'm assuming it's a guy whose mother is a whore. He's already a winner because we verified that his mom's a whore. All right. What we need now are 5 guys who think that they can fool us into believing that their mom is a whore. So you get this? Because we will ask very specific questions.
Okay.
Keeping in mind the new FCC witch hunt standards.
Of course.
But we'll find out. And here's the deal. If you're a guy calling us and you say your mom's a whore, but your mom's really not a whore, but we end up saying, I vote for this guy,
Right.
Mom's a whore. If you fool us, me, Mike, and Buzz, you win $100. If this guy, whose mom really is a whore, if he fools all of us,
Right.
he's already won $200.
And he fools us into thinking she's not.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't pick this guy,
Right.
he's going to get
It's like to tell the truth.
He's going to get $500.
Okay.
Because he would have fooled all of us.
Yeah.
He'll get. You understand?
Yeah.
He get $100 from each one of us if we're, on all the times that we're wrong.
And this is great because we'll be asking the stories about the whole story of how the mom got into that profession.
Because there is someone out there. Actually, more than one. Let's just go with the best. With the best one though. The best mom is a whore.
And then we get the other 5 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Very
and
good.
you would think it'll be pretty easy to find out who's lying and who's not lying.
Right.
Because the guy whose mom is really a whore has got all the answers. And incidentally, win, lose, or draw, and if the guy fools us and ends up winning $500, which he would win, we will call his mother on the air, and he has been told this. And we will verify that she is or was a whore.
Yes.
And our crap detectors are way out.
Absolutely.
But you got to watch us now, because right now we're on fire.
Absolutely.
We just did a great radio bit with Donald Trump. Unfortunately, because of the FCC, you couldn't hear it.
You couldn't hear it.
But me and Mike both had lots of good time with Donald Trump.
Right.
Somebody's getting yelled at right now because of us.
So listen, you get the concept here for my mom's a whore?
Yeah.
We got a guy whose mom really is a whore.
You know, I got to give Donald Trump credit, though. I fooled a lot of people with that, Regis, and he immediately, this isn't Regis.
And come on, Donald. I like the fact he says, you guys lying to your audience?
Deceiving.
Yeah, deceiving your audience.
Do you deceive your audience like this?
Yes.
Yeah, but call, guys. I'll come on legitimately.
Yeah.
That'll never happen.
Sure. Is your mom a whore? Well, if we think so, you can win cash.
Wow. Right.
877-365-3636. Because there is one guy whose mom truly is a whore. Mm-hmm. We'll talk to these other guys. We'll interview them. We'll make a snap decision. And then we'll talk to the guy whose mom really is a whore and his mom.
Yes, and we'll find out if the story's true.
Excellent. Let me make sure that we're all on board with this. We call Mr. Orange.
Mr. Orange sounds like Reservoir Dogs.
Hey, British Joe.
Yeah.
The guy who we've got on the line,
right.
Please keep that hidden. His mom, who is the whore.
Yeah.
Do we have her phone number to call her?
Yeah, it's right there on that piece of paper.
Okay. What piece of paper would that be?
The one I have.
Oh, the one you have? Okay.
It's an orange piece of paper.
All right, so now we get the imposters and let the Inquisition begin.
Right. Thanks, Joe.
Sure.
All right.
Arkansas out.
Right. D-O-N-I out.
That's right. And, of course, as far as mothers' names, let's use aliases.
When we come back, we'll play My Mom is a Whore. And dedicated to Donald Trump.
Real first and last names, not necessarily.
Be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Hold it, fellas. That don't move me. Let's get real gone for a change.
The Don and Mike Show.
Play My Mom is a Whore. The best of Don and Mike.
Okay, My Mom's a Whore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys.
We're going to do this in order?
Yep. One of them, their mom is really a whore. We'll talk to each guy for approximately 1 minute. And then we'll try to find out which one of these guys really has the mom who is a whore.
All right, very good.
Or was a whore. Let's begin with Rob. And for the purpose, I've been told for the purposes of secrecy, because some of them live in areas where whores are plentiful.
Yes.
And legal. We're not going to say where anybody's calling from.
Okay, very good. And we're as far as the moms' names,
we just go with first name.
We will use,
Or just call them Mom.
Just Mom.
Rob.
Yes.
Hi, Rob. Your mom is a whore.
Yeah, well, was.
Robbie, you know what? Give me you got the tick, 60-second thing?
Rob, how did you come into this knowledge that your mom did this? Was she open about it?
Actually, no, I didn't find out until, do you want, okay. I had an inkling when I was around 16, but it was my sister. My parents got divorced when I was much younger, when I was about 9, and my mom she wasn't like a street walker. She wasn't out flagging down truckers or anything like that. It was more like she would see like 3 to 4 guys a month.
How did you find out?
Well, I mean, she did it at the house, but I was kind of a loner. I kind of kept to myself. When I was 16...
So she'd entertain gentlemen callers at the house?
Well, she would end up there. She would bring them back there. So like in the morning.
Did you ever see your mom with a guy or see a guy leaving the house?
I would see, well, like I said, it was like the same 3 or 4 guys. So there was like, it was like...
And when did you find out that she was paid for her services?
Okay, well, it was my sister and myself, and my sister and my mom didn't get along at all. They just scream at each other all the time. And she should say,
I'm sorry, your time's up.
Time's up. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Time's up to make your convincing case.
Hold on. Well, this is how we play. My mom is a whore.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Tad. Hello, Tad.
Hey, Don.
Tad. If your last name is Pole, I'll believe your mom's a whore. Tad, let's start the clock. Tad, is your mom a whore?
Yes.
Currently or formerly?
Currently.
Currently, and when did you find out about this, Tad?
Probably about 10 years ago.
10 years ago, and how did you find out?
Long story short, my father passed away when I was very young and left her with nothing. I went to school all day and did sports after school, and the job she told me she had was like an editor proofreader for a publishing company, so she stayed home all day.
Now, hold on, Joe, what is this, not Tad? What's your name, sir?
Neil?
Neil. This is Neil. Neil, not
Sorry.
Tad, I'm sorry. Neil? Okay. Your mom, you said 10 years.
Husband died and left mom with nothing, and that's why mom went into business. Pretty good money. Why'd she quit?
She didn't quit.
She's still doing it, Buzz.
She's still a whore. When? How old is your mom?
53.
Who is the celebrity your mom most resembles?
When she was younger, Demi Moore.
Demi Moore, and she's okay with you knowing this and with the world knowing this?
No,
I'm sorry, that's not quite enough time.
There you go. All
that
right.
was contestant number 2, Neil.
I was trying to do these in order, the order they called in. Here is this dude, Tad. Hello, Tad.
Hey, guys.
I'll say the same thing. Tad Pohl.
Tad is contestant number 3, if we're keeping score.
60 seconds
right.
here. Tad,
Yes, sir.
when did you find out your mom was a whore?
Well, you know what, Don? It's been common knowledge. My whole family has known that she's a whore, and I really didn't know what it meant when I was a kid, but yeah, it was always common knowledge, and I really got angry about it when I was about 16.
How are you with it now, Tad? And how old are you now, Tad?
Me, I'm 24, and you know, I guess that's what you do when you're 18, 19. You don't have any money, and you live in the area that I live.
Now, is she currently doing this?
No, it's been years.
But back when your mom was a whore,
sure.
What was the going rate? Any idea?
Well, I don't know. I guess she made pretty good money. I'm saying she probably made about $60 a year.
Man, that you always were surrounded with nice things?
You can say that if you call a trailer with brand new wheels on it nice things.
Did you ever call your mom a whore?
Yeah, when I was angry.
All right, hold on, Tad.
Okay, that's the best performance so far, in my opinion.
That's Tad. Here is Arnold. Arnold is our next contestant. Hi, Arnold.
Donna Mike, how you doing, guys?
Very nice.
Here we go.
Very nice.
Arnold, when did you find out your mom was a whore?
I found out about 3 months ago. I don't know how I can say this without giving it away. She worked for an establishment that closed its doors, moved up north to live with me for about close to 4 months, worked for an establishment up here that got sold to another property and was basically out of a job. And I found a certificate that basically spilled the beans on her.
And how are you guys doing now that you know?
You
get along?
I've got a son. I've got a baby. And when I first found out, I didn't want her to see the baby because this is something I never thought she would do. And now we're trying to patch it up. I mean, it's hard, but...
Our time is limited here, but I want to go back to the certificate you mentioned.
Yeah.
I don't know of any whore certificate.
I live in Reno. It's a certificate from the Department of Health and Human Services.
Oh, all right. Well, you know what?
And that's why I said you shouldn't give away the city, but I'm sorry.
I didn't want to.
I asked.
But don't watch out, guys, all right? Seriously.
That's Arnold.
Yeah, that's another, boy, it's getting tougher.
Here's our next contestant on My Mom is a Whore. Here is Dave. Hi, Dave.
Good morning, radio guys.
Hi there. Let's see. I'll start with the first question. When did you find out your mom was a whore?
I was about 13 years old, junior high.
Junior high, and how did you find out, Dave?
Well, we moved to a different area, and I lived with my aunt and my mom because one of them wants me for a week at a time. And we just ran into somebody at a local gathering spot, and it's kind of like I said, "Who's that?" And then they finally explained it all.
I don't believe you.
Let me tell you something. I believe he may be acting dumb to throw us off the track like they do on To Tell the Truth.
You think so? Because this guy sounds to me so bad.
You get along well with your mom now?
Yeah.
How old is your mom?
52.
Who's the celeb you think she most resembles?
Ginger on Gilligan's Island.
All right, and when is the last time your mom had sex for money?
Oh, shoot. She quit doing that, as far as I know, probably about 8 or 9 years ago.
8 or 9 years ago. Another decade passes. And,
Are you?
And is your mom okay with you knowing and everybody knowing?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, hold on a second.
Dave, contestant number 5. We have one more contestant to go.
Now, see, now you've made me think about the guy who thinks he might fool us by pretending.
Are we going to have a little panel, a little round table afterwards?
Yeah,
very good.
And we have one more. Here is Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Dan, when did you find out your mom was a whore?
When I was 16.
Another 16.
How did you find out, Dan?
My grandma told me.
Oh, and why did your grandma decide to tell you?
That's the guy that maybe I believe.
Well, she told me because my mom, she does massages. She goes into places all the time doing massages, and she came to me one day and just said, your mom left when she was 15, basically told me the scoop. I didn't talk to her for 2 years.
Is your mom still a whore now?
No, she's not.
And how are you getting along with Mom now?
We get along. Well, we get along okay now. Basically, she stopped when I found out.
But here's an important question. I think Mike tried to ask the last guy this. How would your mom? You had to obviously to tell Joe, if you're the real guy, that we were going to call your mom.
Yeah, and obviously, and they will be referred to as Mom. I think that's the best way to do it.
How will your mom feel if you're the real guy and we select you? We call you up and we call her up and we say, hey, you're on the radio because you're a whore.
Well, she's not going to be too happy that she's on national radio, of course. However, we've gotten to the point now, because of it was such a rift in our relationship.
Oh, we're out of time.
That's it. We're out of time.
That's Rob, Neil, Tad, Arnold, Dave, and Dan.
And we're going to do this real fast, like no break or anything. It's commercial-free whoring.
Ready?
Right. So we try to decide. Rob, the first guy.
Rob was, to me, kind of flat. I didn't. He was the first contestant, so it was not a bad story, but I didn't necessarily believe it.
Second guy was Neil.
And I put Neil into the same category, where Neil, it was credible. It sounded like he thought about it, but nothing really specific.
But here's the thing with all of these guys, it's entirely possible they're telling us the truth.
Absolutely.
There was nothing that jumped out where we.
This was just pure guesswork.
Hold on, no, there was one guy I didn't believe. I think it was Arnold. I didn't believe. The guy Tad, I thought had a very solid story.
I gave Tad my first star. And I actually, Tad is in the running for my finalists here.
Arnold, I didn't like. I wrote that down. I didn't believe him at all.
I thought Arnold had credibility.
See, I'd go out on a limb and say Arnold for sure is not the guy. Dave.
Dave's the only one that I put an X through because I thought Dave was just full of it. And then I came up with the scenario that maybe Dave was playing the dumb guy.
And that's what made me think that, too. And then you have the last guy, Dan. And maybe it's just because he's the last guy.
Dan said she stopped doing it when he
found out. I kind of believe him, too. Aye.
Eesh.
All right, so we've got Rob, Tad, Neil, Arnold, Dave.
Rob, Neil, Tad, Arnold, Dave, and Dan.
All right, whose mom is a whore? Whose mom is a whore?
Who wants to guess first?
I think, for me it's between Dan and Tad.
Now they have to fool all of us, right?
And it's whoever it is has already won $200.
Right.
Okay. Dan or Tad?
Maybe all their moms are.
Just one guy, Buzz.
Okay.
Just one guy's mom. I'm going to go with Tad. I think Tad's mom is a whore.
Okay.
Mike.
Don, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to go with my original hunch on Dave that he was playing it dumb, and he was trying to play us a little bit to get the extra money, and I'm going to say it was Dave.
Okay. I say it's Tad. Mike says it's Dave. Buzz.
I think it's Rob, the first guy.
First guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go through them in the order that we talked to them. Or should... Rob, why don't you go find out whose mom is a whore?
Oh, I know.
Oh, you already know?
Oh.
Oh, do you really? Well, then why don't you tell me... Look at the screen here.
Right.
Has anybody selected the whore?
Do you recap your guesses one more time?
I say it is Tad.
I said it's Dave.
And I said Rob.
One of you has selected the whore.
Oh, then that means there are three guys that we can get rid of right away.
Right.
Who win prizes, but that's it. And those three guys would be...
Neil, Arnold, and
Neil.
Dan.
Yeah.
Arnold, let me thought the Arnold first, because I knew... Arnold, I knew you were lying. Totally busted.
Detector is working good, guys.
Absolutely, Arnold.
And I put a lot of thought into this, too.
Arnold, just for calling and trying to convince us your mom's a whore, you won the Sopranos prize pack. Hell have no fury like the family. Don't miss the all-new Sopranos this Sunday night at 9, 8 Central on HBO. Thank you for listening.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. We love you in Reno.
Thank you, my friend. All right, so he's gone.
And the next person that wasn't picked would be Dan.
Dan, let me see. Dan, right. The last guy. Wow. And
Man, I thought you guys were going to go for me.
Dan, you had the good gift of gab. I gave you a star. You were in the hunt.
Dan, between it was for me. It was you and that guy Tad. And your story. I tell you what, you're a good. Touch me. You're a good storyteller, but it didn't fly.
Well, all right. I'm the guy that does the Euphigenia Doubtfire voice every once in a while on your call.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Can we hear a little of that before you go?
Hello, dear. It was a run by for you, team.
All right, you've also won the Sopranos prize pack, Sopranos Weekend on HBO. Thank you for
Salt Lake loves you guys.
Thank you, my friend. Oh, you're calling from Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake.
And we love salt.
Where it's hard to be a whore.
Yes, he is.
And the other guy we
Neil.
wanted, Neil. Oh, Neil, right. Hey, Neil.
Radio God.
Neil was the second guy, right?
Right, Neil, contestant number 2.
Neil, your mom's not a whore.
No, but I almost wish she was.
Neil, you've won the Sopranos prize pack.
Wow.
Thank you for listening to the show.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Thank you. Love you.
Thank you, Neil.
Now we're down to...
Is it Rob, Tad, or Dave?
Right.
All right, Robbie, you're going to have to...
Don, I think the thrill should be you should start in order and
Okay.
just go through them. And if we get it, if it's the first guy, then we just do it that way.
Rob.
Yes.
Hold on, who voted for Rob?
I did. Buzz voted for Rob.
Is your mom a whore?
No.
Oh. Congratulations.
Good job,
You've
Mom.
just won $100 for fooling Buzz.
Very good.
Thank you, my friend.
Where are you from, Rob?
Out by Dulles Airport in Virginia.
What does your mom really do for a living?
Oh, she's fantastic. If she knew I was doing this, she would be crushed.
That's why we'll refer to them only as Mom when we finally call.
Anyway, what does she do? Is she retired? Does she still work?
No, she's been a homemaker whole life.
Oh, a housewife. Okay,
All right, hold on
very
a
good.
second. That means, hey, as always, Mike, it's down to just you and I.
It is done.
And it's Tad
Between
next.
Tad and Dave.
Tad's my guy, and that's the guy we got to go to next. Come on, big bucks. Come on, 7. Tad.
What happened?
Tad.
Hello.
Tad.
Hello.
This
is Tad.
Tad, is your mom a whore?
Yes, my mom is a
Don's the winner.
Oh!
You got it.
Oh! Your mom's a whore.
Yeah, she is.
You were credible, Tad. You were very credible.
But now we have to call her. Robbie, you got the number?
I do.
Now,
Well, she works at a bar, so imagine that.
all right.
You guys got to call her.
All right, maybe we should call her off the air at first.
Rob is making the call first.
And should we talk to Dave before we get rid of...
Hold on. And Tad, incidentally, let's see, you win $200 for calling. We're going to verify your mom's a whore. And you win $200, but you fool Buzz and you fool Mike. That's $200 more. You win $4. But look at you, $100.
You whoremonger.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's talk to this guy Dave, who is Mike's selection. Dave.
Hey guys.
Dave, you just were a dumb guy. I thought you were dumbing it down to be to be good on the show, but no, you're just a dumb guy.
Dave, you win $100 because Mike believed you.
I believed you because I thought you were playing it dumb.
I know, but still, technically he wins.
I just wanted to spread it out, okay? Do you want to know the truth? I would have picked Tad.
Well, you should have picked Tad.
Tad was my first star.
And I tell you something?
Yes.
I would have picked the dumb guy if you hadn't said, I think the dumb guy's being just too dumb.
Right, exactly. But anyway, Dave, you did win the money.
Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, I'm dumb.
Hold on. Now, Robbie's on the phone trying to get the mom on the phone. What's happening, Rob?
Well, they told me she... Hi, hold on.
We don't want to give away her name.
Her name. Mm-hmm. Like they all don't know. You could have just called and said, is mom a whore there?
We have your permission to put your voice on the air.
Hey, here we go. All right, good. We're going to get the mom on with the son.
They're going to call you mom, okay? Hang on for me.
You got her?
Yep.
All right, Dave.
Hello?
Tad, are you there?
Hold on, let me get him. Tad?
I'm there.
Tad, we got your mom on.
Here, son.
Hey, Mom,
I'm sorry.
Mom, you're
You're bothering me at work, son.
I know. Hold on.
That's
Shut up, Tad. Mom, we have to ask you a question. You're on a national radio show. It's kind of an embarrassing question.
Right. But we're playing a game with Tad, and Tad called in to participate, and that's why we're not using any names here.
Is it true that you were a prostitute?
Yes, that is true.
Oh, Tad!
Winner.
Tad is the big winner.
Oh, God.
It's paid off again.
Hey,
put the money with you.
The name of the game is My Mom is a Whore. And Tad has just won $400, God, for playing My Mom is a Whore.
Wow.
He never thought he would profit from that at all.
Wow, well, Tad, you're the man. And,
hey, I know. Hey, you guys are the men.
I'm the man. I figured him out.
And, Mom, we won't give any names out, but you're the ultimate good sport.
Thank you.
Are you still plying your trade, Mom?
Occasionally I do. I do practice.
Now when you practice, do you practice for free or for money?
For money, of course.
For money. All right. Well, it's still active. Isn't that great?
Let me ask you something, Mom.
Tad has a lot of credit I have to take care of.
That's right.
How hard did you have to work for $400? I mean, think about this.
That's a good question.
Tad just called our radio show. You would have to literally work your ass off for $400, right?
I did work my ass off for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Taking care of your son's bad credit. That's great, Mom.
You're very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you for being on our show. We'll let you get back to work at the bar.
And Tad, really, I think the right thing to do is give Mom a little of that money. She certainly does appreciate it.
Hang out with your mom.
She made enough on her back, Mike.
What?
She made enough on her back.
Oh,
for me.
Well, all right.
All right, both of you. Hold on. Goodbye, Mom.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. And
bye, Mom.
Congratulations. And thanks for being the first to play My Mom's a Whore.
Wow.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You know, for an inaugural game, that went pretty damn well.
Happy Mother's Day.
Pretty good.
Damn, I shouldn't have picked that other guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, My Mom's a Whore. There you go. It's Tad.
Look at you. You're all proud of yourself, aren't you? I like it when he's got a and you deserve it. You should have a self-satisfied look.
I picked the guy. I picked the whore.
And, isn't that fantastic?
Be proud.
We got a break. We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
What is it, the memo? The ideas contained in that memo are not my ideas, Hank. I do not happen to think we need a younger sidekick.
Thank you.
What is that?
What do you mean this?
Yeah.
You mean the earring?
The earring.
Oh, I've had this. I've had this for, golly, some time now.
That you've gotten an earring to make yourself look younger.
Oh, no.
Oh. What have you done to your nipples? Let me see. Come on, let me see. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Hank.
What's wrong?
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Hank, look that way. Look that way. Look up. Look down. Does that loosen you up? How's that feel?
Good.
Oh, boy.
Hey.
Does this hurt?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Where'd you get this done, Hank?
Well,
was it in a sterile environment? Look that way.
Yeah.
Boy, very swollen and reddish, Hank.
Really?
And the left ear's the gay ear, by the way. Do you know that?
It is.
Uh-huh. And when you wear it low on the lobe like that, Hank, it means you're catching, not pitching. I had a friend who was allergic to base metal, got a really bad infection, lost about 90% of his hearing. Oh, Hank, that looks very pussy. What kind of metal did they use, do you know?
I gotta go.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. Hank, I like it. Hank, keep it.
Yeah, keep it.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy, oh boy. Don't hide it.
Yeah.
Be proud, catching, not pitching.
All right.
The Don and Mike Show.
It's the best of Don and Mike.
They are gay for the idol. Play Aiken live via satellite from North Carolina. It's the best of Don and Mike.
Speaking of American Idol, now listen, who would know more about this show than? And I'm a Clay maniac. Mm-hmm. And I love Clay Aiken. Now let's go live via satellite to the Strawberry Ranch.
About time.
Down in Louisiana or Tennessee, wherever the hell he lives. Hello. Come in, Clay.
Is this on?
It's time for
this. Your heart.
It's time for the
How are you?
Don and Mike Show exclusive as we speak to American Idol loser, but winner in life, Clay Aiken.
Now, it's so nice to see you. Is this the Don and Mike Show?
Hi, Clay.
How are you, Don?
Hi.
I'm down here in the Carolinas just enjoying life. I just want to say thank you to all my fans who were just so good to me. I really do. You guys are dear hearts for calling. How are you?
Now, Clay, what is this? You have a studio set up in your girl room at home?
I have a studio set up, and what I do is I tie my Princess phone into a, what do you call them, ISDN line.
Yeah.
And that's why I can talk to you just like I'm in the studio, even though I can't see your face.
Sounds like you're here.
How are you?
How is your straw hair?
It's wonderful. I've grown it longer. As a matter of fact, they're making comparisons that I look like Shaggy on Scooby-Doo.
Hey,
that's exactly because I've grown a little bit of a red beard, and it was very difficult. I had to take pills,
Clay,
so that I'd jog my testosterone.
I understand that you're going to be taking a bath today while you're talking to us.
Yes, absolutely. If you don't mind, I'd like to do that right away. It's bath time, and I like to keep on schedule. Let me get in here. Okay. I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to reach over here, and I'm going to bathe myself. I take 6 baths a day. You can never be too clean, that's what I say.
Clay,
can I say thank you? Y'all are dear hearts to all my fans.
Clay,
what do you think? I promise I won't make any bubbles.
What do you think?
Yes.
What do you think about the results show
of AI
tonight? What do you think America's results show tonight?
May I vent? May I vent?
Yes, go ahead, Clay.
I'm so upset.
Why?
I'm so upset about all these things that happened on American Idol this year. First of all, I love my experience, and I do not feel that being number 2 was any slight on my talent. I really think Ruben Studdard was a wonderful person, and
You love number 2? You love being number 2? You love number 2?
I'm comfortable with it, and I'm very comfortable in my own skin. But I just want to say I'm really, really thrilled about the competition this year. But I'm also extraordinarily angry because there is an injustice being done.
You're listening to a Don and Mike show, Westwood One, exclusive.
Rubber ducky.
We're talking to Clay Aiken in the tub.
Yes.
Now, I said
warm tub. I
Tennessee, Carolina, something like that.
I'm down in North Carolina, and there's some bath oil beads in here. It's so relaxing. You know, I recommend to everyone, if you're stressed out and you have a very stressed out life, what you should do is just do what I do. Just sit back and relax in this tub. Now, do you notice I'm talking in my real accent? Because I didn't have this accent that much on the show. It's much more pronounced now that I'm back in the Carolina.
Back home, sure.
So I just love my bath oil beads, and I just sit there, and I just feel like I'm in a nice little spa, even in the privacy of my own home. And I'm making my own mud pack.
Here's the question we want to know.
Yes, the question you want to know. I've got thoughts on American Idol if you'd like to.
That's why we've got you on the show. Clay, what did you think of the show last night?
I'm furious with America.
Why?
I'm furious with America and what they're doing, and I'm furious with the judges, and I'm furious with the people that watch the show, and I'm furious with the people that vote.
Why?
Furious.
Why?
I could just splash. I'm so furious.
Why?
I just touched it with my finger. I'm furious, Don, because I feel that there's an injustice being done. That you've got all those popular girls. I hate girls. And they're Fantasia, Jasmine, LaToya, all the strippers, the stripper names. And they don't belong up there. Why is everybody picking on who I consider to be, seriously, the biggest talent on that show? And that, of course, is Mr. Redhead himself, John Stevens.
Is it not true?
I love John Stevens.
Is it not true that you have been in correspondence with John Stevens?
When I see John Stevens on camera, I just want to. I want to what him? I want to cure him. I want to heal him.
You want to heal him?
I do. I just feel like I want to care for him.
Oh. You want to roll bandages for him?
I want to roll bandages for him. I want to massage his feet. I want to care for him. I want to take him under my wing and tell him it's not as bad. He's just 16 years old, and he's so put upon.
Can I point that out, Clay?
He's so put upon.
He's just 16 years
I'm
old.
aware of the legal restrictions and all, and I know where you're going with that. I just want to take care of him. I want to take care of him. I want to care for him like he's ill. Even though he's not physically ill, I want to care for him emotionally.
Clay?
I want to fill his needs.
Clay?
Yes.
When are you going to address the issues?
I will rub creams into his hairless self. I truly will.
Wow.
I will. No, seriously. I will give him a pedicure and manicure.
When are you going to file charges against Ryan Seacrest?
I will.
Don't lie to me. I know what happened on the show last year. I know that he had his way with you.
He's an animal, all right? I'll tell you the truth. Ryan Seacrest, I'd like to keep this. I'd like to keep this down to a dull roar, but I can tell you right now, he was a dear heart up until the time that he just went a little too far, and that's what we're going to leave it at.
He was like,
I am not going to file charges.
Like Marge shot with Hitler.
Yes, that was one of our personal conversations that I had with you on telephone. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just going to let it go to rest, because really, actually, now that I've had a chance to go back and think about it and think about things and think about Ryan Seacrest, it was really one of my special moments on the show. Even though at the time I thought it was unnecessary,
Clay Aiken?
but it was good. It actually pumped me up.
Clay?
Yes.
Michael Jackson. Innocent or guilty?
Of course he's innocent. Not only is he one of the greatest singers of all time, but he's a great showman, and he's so talented, and he's so put upon. He's just like John Stevens when that nasty Mr. Simon, who I still think is adorable, says those horrible things to the redhead boy, John Stevens. I just feel the same way about Michael Jackson. Why do people pick on all of us that have tiny little spaghetti arms? Why are spaghetti arm boys in this country? Why are they put upon? That's what I want to know. Why do they always pick on the boys with spaghetti arms?
Maybe
like
because
John Stevens, Clay Aiken, everybody like us.
Maybe because you're doing an interview from a bathtub.
I tell you, I wailed all nighty night when Simon picked on him the last time. I wailed like a little baby, like a little bambina. I swear to God, I don't like Simon's comments about him. Oh, when he said chocolate. When he said chocolate and onions. That's just terrible. How does that make that little 16-year-old boy? I want to care for him.
But you like
George
Simon.
Huff is so mannish.
But you like Simon.
I like Simon in a weird way. It was good for my career. I have an album. I have a fan base. And I love soaking in my tub and thinking about it and reading my fan letters. I really do. But
Play maniacs.
Simon was rough on me sometimes, but sometimes he was nice to me. And my feelings are fragile. My feelings are fragile like a Christmas ornament.
Very good chance you're going to grow up to be like the Swan, like Barry Manilow.
I would never, ever alter this countenance, I should say. I would never change this face. I would never have plastic surgery. But I will alter my hair. I will do different things to my hair. Change colors, highlight it, grow a little fuzzy beard if I need to, put on some makeup if I need to. Anything that's going to make me a better Clay Aiken.
One last thing.
Can I say hi to all my Claymaniacs out there? Claymaniacs, I love you. I'd like to give you a big wet kiss.
Claymaniacs.
Yes,
Claymaniacs.
Yes, far away.
Who is, in your opinion, the prettiest woman in America?
Oh, that is so hard. It's so hard to file that away. There's so many choices that I would have to say.
I mean, it should be easy.
I sure like that backup anchor man, Brian Williams.
Thank you.
I'm a fan of his. I
Prettiest
really am.
woman.
I'm aching for him. Get it? Well, I like the middle Hanson brother, too. Thank you, Don. I got to go. Thank you, my top.
Clay, come back next week.
Make a mud pack. Y'all bye. Dear hearts, y'all.
Where are we missing them with? Hello, Clay.
I think that's it for the signal.
That's the problem with CBS. You pay for 5 minutes.
I'm up.
$4.59. Boom.
That's too bad.
You lose the signal.
Oh, man. Well.
He sounds very happy.
It's from a bathtub.
He likes, I guess, to soak. I didn't understand why.
Sure, who doesn't?
Who doesn't like a good soak?
That's right. I really like that. It sounded a lot like that.
Yeah, it sure did.
I'm back. Hey, bless your heart on, Geronimo.
Okay, bye, Clay.
Goodbye, bye.
Thank you.
Aching out.
Sorry, we're out of time.
This is Sammy Davis Jr. saying, be kind, be nice, and I hope the next performer has the pleasure of having as nice an audience as you've been tonight. And let me leave you swinging.